You didn't text Kevin.
Guys, welcome back to being in demand again. Guys, welcome back. Nothing works today, guys. We got severe thunderstorm in Cleveland. Dan is completely in a different country today, guys. You don't see anything familiar behind him today. No desk. Dan is sitting on some kind of stool, like somewhere in the middle of Indiana. We don't know where.
Well, I'm in a chair. I'm in a chair in my mom's house, and I
Guys,
never sit. I never. It's like her reading chair, and I'm a big guy in this chair. I'm like, oh, okay, this chair's not. It's too small for me. I didn't check before I came in here and sat
man,
down.
don't worry, man. You're still gonna be in high demand. So, guys,
All
we
right.
got Dan in very high demand as our guest. He's gonna be more in demand throughout the evening, guys. So get so get ready. The more time passes, Dan will be in higher demand with every second. So he's gonna be very high in demand today.
Your
And
butt's a commodity.
we got very random people today. We got Dan in a very high demand. Then you got some kind of adventures guy not in demand, and you got Bubbles. So we're not sure exactly. We got some kind of random lives that is half
Oh, we got random, all right.
half professional, half unprofessional. I don't know, guys, what the hell we're doing here, but at least we're trying to kind of stay online because we got severe thunderstorm in Cleveland, and they said that the light can go off, the tornado may happen. So,
Oh my
guys,
God.
unfortunately, if we disappear, guys, don't be mad at us because that's normal for our weather. So,
Normal
guys,
for this show.
we got Dan in very high demand as a guest, and as you guys know, Dan has been in demand for many years already. So, like for us to have Dan as a guest, guys, it's like a miracle, guys. We're kind of
Miracle.
we're
It's a miracle. Praise Jesus. We got Dan in
Yeah.
demand.
guys.
The
It's
Lord
not
has
just,
blessed us greatly.
guys, it's not just miracle for me to go live. It's actually to have Dan in high demand as a guest.
Yeah.
Because I didn't even know. I forgot. Dan reminded me that I scheduled him for today, and I forgot, guys. But you have to forgive me, guys, with my ongoing health problems. All the types of things that I forget, that will be kind of normal now. So I apologize if I forgot anything, guys, in
Oh no,
advance.
I was just double checking just because. So I don't have air conditioner in my house. So like my week's been kind of crazy this week. So I was like yesterday morning I think is when I messaged you. I wanted to make sure just so I could plan out how I'm gonna be comfortable to do this without just sweating nonstop.
Yeah,
Because it's
man.
like 80
Yeah,
some degrees in my house. It's hot as heck.
man. You need to go outside and turn the fan on. Just
I was
don't
sitting in
think.
front of my fan. This morning I just bought new and then my dryer went out too. So I don't have a dryer. So then I was like trying and I was at the end of my clothes. So I couldn't change my clothes. Like I mean I had enough clothes to wear clean clothes, but like I wanted to change my clothes. Like, this is my second outfit today because my other one was like so hot earlier. I'm like I got to change. I can't wear it. I mean I have changed clothes, but it's not like I wear the same sweaty
Man,
clothes.
don't worry about changing clothes. Then after my surgery, man, I wore same clothes for like 2 weeks.
Oh my God!
Man,
I can't do that.
they
It's
told me
titillating
I
time.
cannot take a shower for like 3 days, man. Believe me, if I don't take shower for a day, man, it's a disaster for me. I start to act like animal. I start running around. I start being mad and stuff like that. So I had to use some kind of water, on me because I take showers twice a day sometimes. So it's not like something usual for me. So, but it is what it is. So, guys, we got Dan and High Demand as a guest. And we also got member of Reseller Leftovers podcast as a guest. So, and we got Art Vandale as a guest in the past. And also, what was the name of the previous podcast when you and Joe and Mike were on? I forgot the name of it. What was the name of it?
Well, the original so I do the Reseller Leftover podcast with Joe Philly Picker and Jimmy Old School Flips, but we originally named it Pocket Change
Yeah,
Podcast.
Pocket Change.
Yeah, and then I used to do a live show with Mike January House and Joe. That
Yeah.
was just like a hangout. It was some kind of hangout. We didn't have an official name for it. The working hangout, as I think we called it. But I would like to say, so I'm on my StreamYard. I'm on my phone. I can't read any chat. I'm very bad at reading the chat anyway, but I don't even know how to pull it up on my phone. And I have AirPod in. when I look like this right now, it looks like I'm wearing an earring. I don't have an earring. It's
Man, don't worry about it. We'll
Okay.
wear earrings.
I
Me too,
love
man.
you, Dan.
I keep on looking. I'm like, am I wearing it? Did I pierce my ears and I didn't know it?
Guys, by the way, look at this beautiful stickers that Dan has. You can find it on his Whatnot account.
I only have one more of those, and I got.
One more left, guys, on $100 plus tax, and you will get this. And reseller leftovers are even higher in price, $500.
Oh,
Roman's showing off his great stick
Plus
collection like
tax,
a
plus
snotty
tax, guys.
12-year-old.
All right, guys, let's say hello to the crowd before we introduce everyone that we got going on today. So, guys, in advance, I apologize if I missed anyone's comments. I'm right now, guys, recovering from different medical procedures, guys, and I'm still ongoing and have to get screened again in a couple of months. So it's like right now, what is it, August, in October. So, guys, I'm not in the greatest of moods, so I apologize. That's why you haven't seen me around a lot lately in lives. And you know, I like to support people, but it's just with reselling as being full time. I with my health like that right now, I lost all concentration on everything. And unfortunately, guys, where you don't hear this on a lot of YouTube content creators channels, is that whenever you have health issues and you do full time reselling, this is what's gonna happen. So just be aware of that. So we got Matt, bearded YouTuber in the house. Matt said he got pregnant again. So Matt, congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations.
Gotta love them tax deductions.
Man, don't get a lot of women pregnant, man. Come on, man. We know we cannot let you do that. Just don't get anyone pregnant again. For now. I'm kidding. We got Woody in the house and Barb and Woody in the house. Welcome, guys. We got Keith, Vintage Sports Flips. My good friend Keith in the house. Guys, Keith, actually, it was fun time for me to be at the Nationals. I forgot to mention it, I think, last time. Maybe I did. Like I said, my memory is not good. So Keith allowed me to use Andy's, I forgot what it was called, like a name tag to get into the Nationals in my city, guys, which is kind of very nice of Keith. Keith, I really appreciate it. And Keith had a great setup at the Nationals, and I actually recorded stuff at the Nationals, but mostly women who actually were really hot. So I kind of was all over the place, guys. That's why I didn't release the video yet. Forgive me, guys. You will see that video, but there's a lot of women in it. I don't know why. I was on very high drugs at that particular day. So maybe
that's why. Oh, okay.
We got Duncan VR, virtual reality Duncan in the house. Duncan from Australia, welcome. We got Phil in the house. Hey guys, we got Ken Escape Promo, Delusion of Grandeur in the house. Ken, hold on, guys. I forget to always bring it up. Ken, sorry, man. Your pictures actually, when I look at them, man, I want to resell again in my life. When I look at your photos, I look at Ken and say, why Ken looks so like serious on those pictures, guys. I want to be a true reseller when I look at those, guys, especially the one those signed, guys. See, that's kind of purpose of my life, guys, right now, to look at photos. We got Ryan Resells Infinity in the house. What's up, guys? Yo, Dan, see, Keith actually is a big star, guys. I actually enjoyed meeting Keith and his dad. Keith is very knowledgeable, guys, not like me, with sports stuff. And he was selling really expensive stuff at the Nationals, guys. You know, Keith, I can tell you one thing, man. If you keep selling that stuff, you can retire probably next year, man. Believe me, with those amounts. Guys, hit the like button. We really appreciate it. And as I said in the video last time, me and Lisa like when you hit the like. But you're not gonna get any sales like on flipping not easy. On flipping not easy, you will get sales, but on flipping is easy, you're not. We got Craig in the house, Land Shark. Welcome, Craig. We got Sandy, ready to sales in the house. That's your big fan, Dan.
Hey, Sandy.
Sandy, Dan is in a very, very high demand tonight.
What?
I got people calling me right now and texting me asking when they can schedule Dan on their show. Like he's in so much demand, you know, right now. So, Dan, welcome, man. Thanks for being our guest. I really appreciate it, man.
Yeah, no problem. Anytime.
Yeah, man. We're gonna start inviting you every week now, so you can be part of the live.
Not every week.
See, Roman is that man. I'm never, thankfully, most likely not. That's actually good, maybe for me right now. We got Sales Mercado, Salvador, one of my favorite people on YouTube in the house. Sal, welcome. Hola, my friend. Salvador Mercado in the house. We got Nicola Presto in the house, my good friend from Marco Polo, who always checks in on me. Guys, Nicola always checks in on me. She always asks how I'm feeling. Nicola, I really appreciate it. From Brooklyn, New York, guys. Actually, Queens, New York. See, there you go. Let's see who else paid us. Lisa Dura in the house. Lisa, welcome. Duncan is asking, Lisa, did you remember to answer my message? I don't know. Lisa, do you remember or not? We got Ken in the
You
house.
haven't paid me. I'm a secretary. I only work when I get paid.
Exactly, guys. Lisa didn't get paid at all because I said I need money. So that's it. Guys, Lisa said that
Okay.
if I need money and I cannot sell nothing right now with health problems, she said that's no issue. She said she will actually send me more money.
Rupees.
We got Joe in the house,
What up,
Philippine.
Joe?
Joe, what's going on, man? Joe is actually also in demand, guys, from Philadelphia. So Dan, how you been, man? How's your life going on? How come we don't see? Tell people why you appeared in your mom's house today. What happened? Why you're not in a demand in your house?
I don't remember. Did I already? My air conditioner went out. I don't remember if I was just talking behind the thing. My air conditioner went out like I think this is day 3, and hopefully it'll get fixed Monday or Tuesday. But it's like super hot, so I brought my dog. My mom's watching my dog Dodger over here because it was like 85 degrees in my house yesterday, and he was just like panting and stuff. So he's staying over here, but she was going to a party today, so I came over here to watch him while her and my stepdad went to a party, and then when they come back and we're done, I'm gonna go back and I can stay here if I want, but I'm probably gonna go back to the sweat house at my house.
Man, Dan, stay at your mom's place, man. You can get air conditioning at least. Nobody will throw you out. Stay there.
So last night so we had thunderstorms yesterday, and this morning it was raining, but we had thunderstorms last night. And once it started like raining and stuff, it started to cool down, and it wasn't too bad. But it still was like it was dropping all night in the house. But I have like sheets on my bed, and I never really thought about it. But without air conditioner, I was like boiling. I was like getting my sheets are getting stuck to me, and so I bought new sheets today. So I want to try out my new sheets.
Man, that's a very interesting story, man. I can tell you.
I don't know if that's interesting. That's all I got. Because I barely slept at all last night. I was up probably every hour. Like I couldn't sleep. So I don't know how entertaining I'm going to be. I'm not going to be very in demand today.
Man, I don't sleep all the time. Then don't worry, man. If you
I know you were mentioning. Oh, see, I'm kicking.
Man, if I sleep right now, hopefully, like at least maybe 3 hours a night without waking constantly up and feeling some kind of back spasms or some kind of pain in my leg or in my back. Now, like I'm falling apart, guys. Unfortunately, at 46, it's actually, man. Guys, Dan told me he's 44. Man, I thought you.
I'm gonna be 44 in a couple months.
Don't rush it.
You look much younger, man. I don't know. Like I thought you were like in your 30s.
I don't know when it's gonna stop. Where people everyone always thinks I'm super young. So then when I tell them how old I am, it makes it like ridiculous because of the way I am. Like you wouldn't expect me to be like I'm gonna be in my middle 40s. I feel like I always feel younger. I mean, I feel like I look older because look at my beard. I need a haircut, but it's like, and then like I got gray. I mean, I got the gray coming in here now. Worse, I need a haircut.
Yeah, man, gray.
It's so hot in my bathroom. I cut my own hair. It's so hot right now. I can't sit there and do that. So I gotta wait till I get air conditioner. I need air, man.
Wait. Yeah, just wait till air conditioning will work, man. Don't do it yet because you're gonna get stuck.
I have fans on me in the winter. Like I'm always hot. Like I'm boiling all the time. So like without air, I'm dying. That's
not a good thing, then. See, at 44, man, you need to start taking care of yourself, man. Start going to places where there's air conditioning because you need air, man.
I went and dropped off before I came over here. I went and dropped off my packages at the post office, and it was so nice in the post office. I even kind of I almost stood in line to buy some stamps just because it was so nice in there. It was cold. And then here, my mom's house is very pleasant, and it's nice and clean.
Man, of course. You see, that's the thing about it. Believe me, then it's gonna be always nice and clean at mom's house.
Oh yeah.
Compared to, like, if you were married,
Not
man,
my
I
mom.
don't know. But anyway, guys, let me put Dan's channel in because that's we have to be a little bit professional for a little bit.
my
So
my channel, or you can put the podcast.
I'll put both. Guys, please subscribe to Dan in high demand, please.
Oh, man.
He is close to 100,000 subscribers, so he needs
Wow.
2 more. And subscribe to
I'm close to
Reseller.
2,500. I'm close to
Yeah,
2,500.
2,500, guys. Reseller leftovers. It means that there is not food. No, not enough food for everyone.
I had leftovers for dinner tonight.
What kind of leftovers did you have? What did you eat today? Tell the audience, what did you eat throughout the day?
So again, to be smart, the first day the power went out, I made pizza in my house. So I cranked without an air conditioner. I cranked the oven on, and that was one of the dumbest things I've done. So yesterday I decided, hey, you know what? Maybe I'll make something in the crock pot. So I made if it's a TikTok viral video from, it's probably 2 years old now, but I make it I make it a lot. It's crock pot. You put some chicken breast, some Buffalo Wild Wings, garlic Parmesan sauce in there, and then you fill the bottle. You put some milk in it, you pour that in there, and then you put cream cheese on it. You cook it for like 4 hours. You shred it, and then you make some pasta. And you put the pasta in. So it's like a garlic parm.
Man. You're gonna be a good catch for some woman, man. Are you dating it? Are you dating anyone right now?
Oh, I am not. I'm single. I'm poor and single.
Man, you're gonna be a good catch for some woman if you know how to cook, man. Believe me, you just go on the first date and tell a woman you know how to cook. That's it.
I know I put stuff in a crock pot.
You will get a second date. And bring crock pot with you on the date. Just show her, here, honey, I brought the crock pot with me. I can cook, and just start cooking.
I have an Instapot too. You ever use an Instapot?
Instapot, I got Instapot. I got like different
awesome.
things. I love to cook too, man. If you watched some of my very unprofessional videos on my now different name channel.
Yeah, I noticed that. You changed the name of the channel. When did you do that?
Man, guys, actually, I decided that I don't like to be a picker, even though I am a picker, but I don't like the name for some reason. I kind of, I don't know why. It's hard to explain then, because like with my brain activity, it's always difficult to predict, what kind of mood I'm in, what kind of things I want to do and stuff like that. So even I don't know. See, that's the thing. So when I was thinking about it, like picker, you know what it means in Russian? You know what it means in Russian, picker? It means that you're picking women.
Oh.
So it's not like you're picking stuff like to resell at different places.
Well,
in Russian, picker means you're actually going to pick women up. Like you're a picker, like pimp. So
that's reselling.
Yeah, but I was like thinking about it, and I'm like, it's kind of associated with some kind of weird things in Russian. So I don't know. Like I decided with my personality, I think more for me is like to be in adventure type of mode, because I'm always in some kind of adventure mode. So that's kind of
I like it. I like the new name.
Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate it. I'm not that much in demand anymore. Like before, I was not in demand at all, and now completely forgotten.
when I started my YouTube channel, my username was artvandalay219. Anything I sign up for, my username is artvandalay. So
you really want to be telling the internet that? Huh? You really want to tell everyone, Dan?
Man, don't worry. We only have usually we have 5 people who watch us, so nobody will know.
When you go to anything, that's how I ended up using 219 on there too, is because there's always Art Vandalay. If you don't know, is a Seinfeld character, and
I know who it is.
I mean, so there's a billion people who be Art Vandalay. But when I signed up, that was when I started watching YouTube. That was my YouTube channel. I mean, not my YouTube. That was my YouTube handle. And then I wanted to make videos, and people had already known me as Art Vandalay. So then I was thinking, I'm like, well, how am I going to blow up if no one knows who I am? So I left it the same. I just dropped off the 219, and I was that for a long time. And because I didn't want to be a picker, I didn't want to be a flipper, because I didn't want, if I didn't want to be I'm no YouTube genius, but I didn't want to just. I don't know if so 5 years later, I don't know if I wanted to make picker videos. So I don't want to be like a picker person. Like if I didn't want that to be my channel, so I felt like Art Vandal, I could do anything. So then I changed, and then Dan in Demand. Like you can make your channel whatever you want. Like if it's like so.
Man, that's true. Actually, I remember like when I originally started kind of following different channels, I didn't realize that you were a reseller. I mean, I was thinking like you have some kind of, you don't have a picker, flipper, whatever is associated with reselling type of stuff in the name. So you were Art Wanderley. So I was like thinking maybe you're just a regular guy, not a reseller, just doing your lives and stuff, getting
Oh.
So I wasn't sure at the time. And then eventually, as with everything else, I kind of learned that you were also a reseller, but with a name from Seinfeld. So it was kind of interesting.
Yeah. If you watch the show, I always in my head turned it to this too. Art Vandal is an importer exporter. So you bringing in stuff and you're selling stuff. It worked for reselling, but it wasn't my name. Like I felt guilty using it all the time. And people tell you great name. I think it's a fantastic name. But when they tell you that, like that's not my name. Like I didn't come up with it. I stole it from someone.
Yeah,
Just
man,
like if Joe's still in the chat, Joe made me think our Pocket Change podcast was supposed to be a podcast, but we just stole it from someone else. That's how we ended up with the
man, Joe is here, man, and he wants to know what your bank account number is and what your social security number is.
Joe knows I don't have very much money.
Joe said that you're so rich, man, that when you guys went to garage sales together at 127, he said that you brought the most money with you. Like he said, you brought like 3 suitcases full of cash, and then just was going by yourself to garage sales without anyone else.
I was penny pinching. I'm a penny pincher now. I was penny pinching. I did spend money, but I barely. The day I went picking with Joe, I spent like $17 picking. Like I didn't buy anything. Eventually got very tired and just sat in the car. But
man, I can tell you one thing. Then next time, just sit in the car all day without going anywhere. You're gonna save yourself like time, money. Don't go anywhere. Just tell them you're gonna sit in the car and that's it, and sleep in the car.
My whole trip at 127 for like sourcing, I think I spent just over $200, and I spent the majority of that at 2 thrift stores. So,
well, we're gonna get to it. Let me say hello to Archie Biscuit Butt in the house, who I just gave shout out in the last video. We got beautiful Jenna Miller in the house, Flipping Ain't Easy, wife of John Miller from Flipping Ain't Easy. Guys, welcome. Appreciate you stopping by. We got Harry Hamstone in the house. Harry, welcome. We got someone else. I'm always missing some people, guys, so it's kind of normal for me. We got Alex in the house, Beard King Picker. Alex, welcome. Appreciate you stopping by, guys. Everyone for great support. Why you haven't seen us around, guys? Because I'm not really healthy. And it's kind of, for me, it's like week to week now where I'm trying to recover a little bit. And I'm not going to go in much detail about what is exactly happening because it's kind of a private matter for me because I have to get screened more and stuff like that. So I told Dan today before we went live that health is the most important thing beyond anything in your life, kind of, for individual person, especially when you have a family and stuff like that. And when something, God forbid, happens, you kind of know that there is something that you need to do in your life and it has to be done. So reselling, YouTube, stuff like that, it becomes kind of difficult to concentrate on, because you got some other issues happening. So, which is health. Health is the most important thing that you are born with. So that's the thing about it. So, guys, I always say in the videos nowadays, and stay healthy. That's the most important part. If you can, that's important. We got Barb in the house. Be picking. Barb, welcome. I forgot to actually say hello to you. Archie Biscuit Butt says, Joe, how does it feels to be the babysitter on a podcast? I don't know. Then I can tell you one thing, that how did you originally came onto the YouTube scene? Because I forgot, you mentioned it at one of the lives way back a couple of years ago, maybe like 3 years ago. But how did you originally start your channel? What was the inspiration?
Oh, so when I first found reselling on here, I found Cincinnati Picker. So I was watching him like crazy, and then I just like he was going down the list of people I found shed flips or garage flips at the time, and then I found like a lot of Josh, Harry Tornado, and I was following those guys, and I was really I really enjoyed watching Josh Harry Tornado's videos, and I used to go on their lives that he did with a lot of Josh. They did the Joshes of the reselling in the morning with the bearded. I don't even. I don't remember his name. His name was Josh, but they did a reseller. They did a reseller daily show every day, and he wasn't talking. Josh, Harry Tornado wasn't talking to me, but I was watching these videos, and I'm like, I want to make videos. I didn't want to teach anyone stuff, but I just wanted. I would tell people I started reselling, and they like didn't understand what I was talking. I didn't understand what I was talking about either, but they had no clue what I was talking about. So I'm like, let me try to make a video. Let me try to make videos. I thought it would be fun to make some videos. So started making videos, but I was in the live, and someone was I was scared, and someone was asking them about videos, and then Harry Tornado said, just start. And I took that advice that he gave that person. I'm like, I'm just going to start myself. So I started, and I love it. I just don't have, it's so hard to keep up with it. It's so hard. Like when you start, so then fast forward, I started in 2019, and then 2020, I was dead set on just doing it. To be honest, I thought like I wasn't trying to do it to sell people stuff or make people buy, like try to trick people to buy stuff for me or trying to offer just some kind of like entertainment, I guess. So just showing you what I'm doing. And like, that's how I learned, was just watching people's videos. So I thought I could like have value that way. And then people would just like, I don't know, just people always say they like listening to me. I don't know why they like listening to me talk, but they say they like listening to me talk. So I just kind of, I don't even remember what I was saying now.
Man, don't worry, just take your time, man. Breathe in, man. Breathe.
Like I'm trying to make it like a small window of what I was talking about without like dragging it out. But I just really enjoyed making the videos. But then it got to the point where I was doing them part time, and I got let go from my job. And when I started doing full time, at some point it came where I had to pick: am I going to list more? Because I don't pick the best. Like, I mean, my average sale price is under $30. Like I sell mainly clothing, like bread and butter clothing.
Man, it's
items,
not bad.
shoes.
I mean, it's not bad. Why? I mean, there are some. You never know. There are millions of resellers out there in the world.
I thought I needed to do a channel to I wanted to make some money. Like having people watch my videos, not to like sell them stuff or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? And I thought I could use it to supplement and then like, it's so hard to do that. You have to put so much time. It's like, it came to a point where I need to make my money, and reselling makes my money. And then it turned into, I kind of don't really do videos very often. I always like every week, I'm like, I'm going to make a video this week. And then it makes it harder and harder and harder to keep up.
Like me, man. It's kind of like me in a way, where that's why, with videos, then I can tell you one thing, man. If you dedicate your kind of situation, doesn't matter what it is. As you know, a lot of content creators out there, not just in the reselling industry, it can be anything. They decide for their lives that they want to do videos nonstop, kind of like,
yeah.
They will schedule videos. Like you see it in the reselling community also. We're not going to mention everyone, but you see people being consistent. They want to do it. Some do it themselves, sometimes more, some do with the families. So the thing about it is, for like certain people, it's not like, very important to do that like that. Like I do it for fun because I kind of like it at certain things that will come to my mind that I want to accomplish. And, there are so much things in my head that I cannot accomplish it because like I think about so many different things that I want to do. It's like a Hollywood movie for me. Like I want to create some kind of Hollywood movie that is going to be kind of with a lot of special effects and stuff like that. But I don't accomplish it because I don't try to concentrate on it too much. It's just kind of fun for me. But right now, with like when I started having health problems, it's like I lost concentration on everything. Believe me, man. I like completely, like I would talk to my mom and she will call me nonstop. like asking me how I am, because like I would get into certain moods where like it wasn't fun, man. Believe me, because when you have, and I had surgeries a lot, man. Believe me, I had a lot of surgeries. And when you get to the point when you consistently every certain amount of years facing surgeries, recoveries, surgeries, recoveries, physical therapy, surgeries, it just mindset changes. You kind of your body, your brain goes into protective mode, and you start having like adrenaline, which is basically not healthy for your body, that kind of starts to come up, and you kind of cannot concentrate on anything.
Yeah.
So that's why I always say, like, try to, if possible, it's one of the most important things is concentrate on what makes you money. Like
Yeah.
if reselling just makes you money, just do reselling. If YouTube eventually will start making you money, and you will see that you can actually make decent amounts at least and concentrate, spend hours on it, then do that if you want to. It's not like everyone is telling you go work. It's not like you have a boss and telling you like go do YouTube videos. If you want, if you want to
Yeah.
do them, you do them.
Well, that's how I ended up starting that's how I wanted to. Well, I won't tell the whole story of how the podcast started. I thought doing a podcast would be a lot less time commitment as a channel to be consistent and do it every week. It's fun. It's a lot more work than I thought it was going to be. Like there's a lot more. I mean, we don't like do a ton, but you have to make time for the three of us to record and then put it out, and like we don't like we don't do any of the other stuff that goes with doing a channel, because it's just like we have enough time to sit down, record, and then put it out. Like it's just at the time I was like, oh, you sit down and you talk, and it'll be this great thing. It'll just like blow, like you'll just do this and that. It'll be a lot easier. It's a lot easier than doing a video, because I used to do a video every 3 days. So every 3 days, I would spend my entire day editing a video, because I don't know how to edit videos. So I was like trying to learn how to edit a video while putting up a video every 3 days. So I'd miss the day of listing, or miss a day of sourcing by making these videos that I just
Yeah, that's
I just
exactly.
don't have time. I just didn't have time.
That's exactly what I was saying, man. Especially now that you're also doing Whatnot consistently, and you're doing very good job, guys. By the way, I'll put Dan's link for Whatnot. Please
Very
follow him on
inconsistent on there.
Whatnot. He's done very amazing job, man. You're a character. You actually deserve
Yeah.
like applause,
I do.
man,
I love
for
I have a
being a
show-
great
I have a show
character, man.
tomorrow.
Putting makeup on and doing all this stuff. You like the
Makeup.
makeup?
Not shows. I don't make any money. Like I'll have a really good show, and then I'll have like really like don't make any money shows. But it's almost the same thing as doing a YouTube is like my Whatnot shows. Like I don't. I thought I could make it to be part of my business, and I've been over a year now. I've been doing on there, and it's a struggle. The amount of time I put into like preparing for a Whatnot show, the amount of money I get out of it, I could just easily list more, or I could make a YouTube video, and it takes a lot of time.
By the way, Dan, I can tell you one thing. I spoke with one of the very good resellers because I go to Goodwill Beans a lot. I went to garage sale today in the morning, then I went to Goodwill Beans, and I posted some shorts from it last couple of days, which is kind of something that I like to do. But I spoke to a couple of good clothing resellers today at the Beans that I see consistently, husband and wife. Both of them are husband and wife teams, and I asked them specifically about Whatnot, and they both couples say no, because their business model, the way they source, for them it doesn't make sense, because they say like, which is in reality, I don't know, guys in the chat if you agree or not, but for like realistically, if you have certain opportunities where you can find wholesale type of stuff and just put it on Whatnot, start your auction at $1, and then it will say sell like, for example, for $3 maybe. In the long run, if you're gonna make like 50 sales, I don't know, then how many sales on average do you make? Like, do you have on Whatnot per show?
I mean, it'd just be a guess. I mean, I have shows that I only make 1 or 2 sales, but when I have a really good show, I'll have 30 or 40. And it's just, I mean, the last clothing show. So I sell in the garage sale category mostly, because I don't have like a bunch of just one things, because I do the bins and I source at thrift stores. So like when I go to the thrift store, a lot of times my buy cost is way higher than I can afford to put it on Whatnot. So
Right.
a lot of the times the stuff that I find is from the bins. So for me to try to stay consistent all the time, I'm like constantly having to go to the bins and looking for stuff that but probably is not going to make me a huge amount of money back. I end up like, oh, let me have a plush show. I'll do a plush show. And like sometimes I'll find a bunch of plush and they'll do really well. And then sometimes I don't find any plush and I'm like, what the heck am I supposed to do? So it's I don't know. I don't even know how to. If
No, man, you're actually saying like it is, man. You're absolutely right. If you're sourcing like you are, if you're going to thrift stores and you're paying like, for example, for a shirt, say $5, and then you bring it on to your Whatnot show and start your auction at $1, it doesn't make sense. It's not.
so my plan originally for Whatnot was I was constantly going to the thrift store and it would be half off days, 75% off days, or not 75% off days. They'd have 40% off, 50% off. And I was finding they had their shirts were priced $2.99, $3.99, $4.99. And they really were selling on eBay. Like this is over a year ago. And I kept on looking at them and I was leaving them like, I could buy this if it's half off. I could buy it for $1 or $2 and I could flip it today for $3 or $4 on Whatnot. And I'll make a little bit of money. Like I don't have to do anything and I can do it today. And then by the time I actually signed up, Goodwill and the thrift stores raised their prices. It got higher. So a lot of times I can't find those items. And that kind of just never really materialized to help me. It was like to make some quick flips and stuff that I don't like. I like to sell men's clothing or shoes and stuff. So like when I go to the bins and I find a bunch of toys, is to do a Whatnot show, but I don't know a lot about toys. So then I was like collecting all these toys that okay, half of them aren't really worth selling. Like so I'm stuck with all these toys. But my other point was I feel like I was leaving a lot of money behind because of space, and that's why I sell clothes because I don't have a lot of storage space. So I was like, let me just move stuff in and out, and it's just in my head it works perfect, but it's like the amount of time it takes to put into it, on top of trying to make my actual money to survive, like it doesn't work. Like in a perfect world, if I was doing a part-time job, like every time I talk about this, if I was working a part-time job or I didn't like listing, I don't mind listing. I like listing. If I didn't want to do that stuff, I would just focus on Whatnot and I would source for Whatnot and I would buy stuff that would make sense. But it doesn't make sense to me to buy stuff because if I go to a thrift store, I mean, I try to get my stuff around $5, but sometimes if it's not a sale or I don't have bonus points, I could pay $7 or $8. Or I'm buying shoes that you can't like. It's hard to sell a pair of shoes. Like I mean, I've tried a few times. Like I'm not like a master, but it doesn't work. It wasn't working for me on Whatnot.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, man. Let me say hello to
worth trying though.
People that came in. Archie was asking about some kind of Angie. I'm not sure who it is. Maybe I know, but I don't remember.
He's being mean to me.
Oh, he's mean again. Archie, stop being mean, man.
Or you're gonna the Monday Night Draft. They like pried out my high school girlfriend's name so that everyone wants to be mean. That's why I quit the show, Archie. Want me to quit the show? What up, Larry?
Everybody picking on you.
Larry, way out in the house. Larry, welcome. Appreciate you stopping by. We got silver hair stacker Todd in the house. Original gangster Todd. So with a visit to us. Todd, thanks for stopping by, man. Appreciate it very much. All of you guys who are lurking, we appreciate you, and who are in the chat. If I'm way behind, guys, that's actually kind of normal right now for me. Even with being healthy, I was behind. I'm not healthy. I'm way behind. We got Roller Squirrel Kristen in the house. Kristen, welcome. Appreciate you stopping by. So what I would tell you, man, is that then you're absolutely right, man. So what I actually discussed today was a couple of resellers at the bins about Whatnot live selling. Is basically what is their feeling about it? Like it is actually in reality kind of true. If you start your Whatnot and you don't have like certain amount of followers in the beginning, which is normal, eventually you will get to the following, but you need to put in a lot of work, which is actually absolutely true statement. You can actually, most likely, guys in the chat will agree with that. But you have to, your buy cost has to be very low, like you were mentioning the bins. Bins are one of the places where you can actually source cheap stuff like clothing. and accessories, certain accessories or media that you want to put on Whatnot. So eventually your following will grow if you're going to continue with consistency on Whatnot. But it also depends on your business model. If you're putting into a lot of work into sourcing, like the guys at the Beans told me today, they kind of, Dan, you probably also will agree with me since you're doing Goodwill Beans. It's not like sometimes I'll be there for like 6 hours nonstop, man, at the Beans. Like sometimes from 9 in the morning till sometimes the closing when they close at 5 or 6 p.m. And I will get certain amount of things, but I don't usually source clothing much. I do source a little bit. It depends on the brands. Mostly I source our electronics, which is basically stuff that you're not gonna bring to Whatnot. You bring that stuff to eBay, Amazon, places like that. But clothing wise, you guys in the chat may also kind of comment on this. If there's business model for certain resellers to bring certain amount of money they want to make with a slow dime, or is it fast dime, Lisa, or a slow dime?
It's fast nickel and a slow dime.
Yeah, slow dime. So if their business model is slow dime and they're putting in a lot of energy into sourcing and they just don't want to sell their items or their whatever they buy at the auction on Whatnot for like $3, and they think they can get more on eBay and just wait a little bit more for it to sell for like $20, then that's their business model. But if someone wants to buy a bunch of inventory and it's cheap, like clothing is light, so you're not going to pay much at the Beans, depending on your Beans and how much they charge per pound. So if you do that, there is no problem with that. But if you're doing it all alone, like Dan does it by himself, right? Then you don't have much help. So
No help.
like you don't have much help, but also then you don't. Does anyone help you with reselling business at all, or are you doing everything?
I do. I do everything by myself.
So
That's
yeah,
what it makes it like it just makes it hard. It makes it. I feel like I work all the time. If I try to do both, like if I just can't like just do it. But if I've taken. I just went when I went to 127. Before that, from June until I went to 127, I was trying to do 2 or 3 shows a week on Whatnot, and it was just I was just running myself crazy trying to do that because shipping and doing all that stuff, and then trying to keep up with my eBay store. And after when I went on 127 the sale, I came back and I've been back 2 weeks now. The first week it was hard to get eBay to do anything to like want to do eBay, and then so I haven't done anything. My first Whatnot show is tomorrow, and I only have another show scheduled this month.
yeah,
and I've been so relaxed. I've been so relaxed, like I've been just because I've just do my eBay listings, and I'm getting sales consistently. I mean, like I'm like not making $1 million, but I'm okay. I made sales. I'm happy. I'm happy. It's not like killing myself to sit around and list all day on Whatnot. I was listing stuff for my show tomorrow, which I need to find a balance of one a week to like one a week. It would probably be my best bet to do 1 show a week because I like it. I have fun doing it. Every time everyone thinks I should. Well, not everyone.
Man, you should because you bring up a lot of character in there. You're putting makeup on. You're doing characters. You're doing like woohoo.
Yeah,
You're doing all this energy, man. Energy. You're Energizer Bunny, man. You're doing woohoo, woohoo. You're doing all this stuff happening, man. That's crazy, man. Because I know with my also I like to do characters and stuff. But right now, man, if I'm gonna do woohoo, my whole body hurts. It's like I cannot even control it anymore because like every time now if I try to exercise a lot, man. Believe me, every time like I walk a lot, I do a lot of push-ups, man, and still doctors still not allowing me right now to do the stuff I love, which is exercising, and they're not allowing me because I had injections. I had lidocaine injections from pain because I was on tramadol, which is very serious painkiller. And tramadol actually causes, see, Lisa probably knows what tramadol does. Lisa probably like causing hallucinations. So, man, believe
Leave my
me,
breakfast alone.
man, you see, Dan, that's the thing. And when, because, it is important. It's like, for me, man, it's like number one in my life always was exercising. And I would be like, since I was in high school, since I was in middle school, elementary even. I was always in some kind of sports. And all this stuff, of course, messed up my health a lot. And actually, that happens to a lot of athletes. It messes up their health. You're constantly having injuries, surgeries, nonstop. And
What's your
eventually,
favorite sport you played?
man, I played. My favorite was soccer back in when I used to live in Uzbekistan. Originally, I played soccer almost every day. Like we would gather up with.
I played soccer in high school, through high school.
Man, I played soccer so much that I constantly like was we played with the kids like growing up, and there was no tablets, no computers back then. Everyone was playing outside. So like we could gather a bunch of kids who would play soccer, and eventually when I got to United States, I went onto two teams. I was on a soccer team in high school and basketball a little bit. And I was on a JVs, and they put me on a varsity. And then I got injured really badly. I tore my ACL. Ooh. And when I tore my ACL, man, that was the beginning of issues right away, because I had to have surgery. They had to put in artificial ACLs, and they discovered my meniscus was torn really badly. So they had to remove my partially in my meniscus. I don't know if you know what it is. It's like a padding in between the bones.
I've just heard about like when on football, because I watch football.
Yeah, they couldn't. Yeah, they couldn't repair it. The surgeon says there is no way to repair it, so they had to remove it. And after that, I had to rehabilitate for a freaking year, man. I was trying to walk a lot. I was trying to run. I was trying everything. Still couldn't normally play. I went onto the court and played with guys and with brace and stuff like that. And eventually, after a couple of years, I tore on my left knee. I tore my meniscus, and it's like I had to have another surgery. So now, after they discovered the lump, man, believe me, it's kind of hard to say it. They discovered the lump on my back, and it was kind of a thing where you don't know exactly when it started growing. It was not growing towards outside; it was growing more on the inside, and that was scary, man. That was something that scared the shit out of me right away. And even though I already went through battlefields of different health issues, this was like something that I kind of, you never know what kind of damage it may have done. But unfortunately, the doctors tell you is that those types of things cannot be controlled. That can happen to anyone. So that's why always be aware, guys, in the chat. Always check, especially after a certain age. Like for guys after 40, for women also after 40, close to 50. So it doesn't matter, guys. I just kind of, it may happen earlier, of course. It's like, but it is what it is then. But regarding your whatnot and sales and stuff like that, it's like it depends on the business model. I know I talk to different people in our bin store. All of them are not big fans of live selling. Like every person I talk to, they're not big fans because they're saying that why would we spend so much energy on an auction and starting an auction, say, for example, like I said, $1, or they can start at whatever they want. They can start at $100. It doesn't matter. So if it doesn't sell, they're still wasting their energy on just, showing it, talking about it. And then it's not going to sell, or maybe it will sell. So it's kind of a situation. It depends. Like I'm saying that in my opinion, live selling is good, but it depends always on if you want to do it or not, because it's free. You can do your shows every day.
Yeah. I've had days where when I start, the thing I like about it when I started was everyone complains about the day where you're not selling anything. I don't have a sale on eBay. And I've had a few times of that. I'm like, well, let me just go on Whatnot and make some money tonight. So I went on there and you just make like Whatnot is like, I mean, obviously it's volume and it's like the money wise. So if I have $50 in all these items, if I can sell them and make that 50 into 150, now I have $150 and I made it today, $100 in my account like today, and I don't have to wait 6 months. Like if you can get that stuff and then turn and keep doing it. Like, I mean, I don't know. It's
Man, I can tell you one thing. Kiz is actually absolutely right. Kiz is saying, I struggle with YouTube reselling balance because, he's right. If you concentrate on YouTube and if you do consistent content, not like mine. because mine is not an example of how you make money on YouTube. Mine is completely direct opposite, guys, because I love it. I love to do the videos which people will find a little bit offensive. Well, people will find them a little bit kind of weird. But that's how I am, guys. I'm not gonna. I'm weird a little bit. I like offensive stuff. I like to do things that kind of normal people don't expect, But that's kind of me. So you either will like me or you will hate me. So there is no middle, in there. So unfortunately, you cannot even, nowadays then you cannot please people even with like consistent, great, I would say professional content, because like everyone has their opinions, everyone has negative comments, everyone has positive comments. So you cannot guarantee if you're gonna put like Mr. Rogers kind of content like Chad. By the way, Chad, Wolfman's Goodies, guys. Like Chad does, who is an amazing guy.
Roman, Chad gave a super chat.
Chad, appreciate it very much, man. Thanks once again. Guys, by the way, here's Chad sent me a sticker. Wolfman's Goodies, one of the best stickers because I have a collection of the stickers. But Chad, appreciate it very much as always, man. It's gonna go into our super chat fund of this unprofessional and partially professional life. And he wrote me a note, guys. Roman, get well soon and keep up the hard work. Chad Wolf. See, guys, there you go. Chad, appreciate it, brother. You're like one of the best guys. That kind of a person like Chad's supposed to have 100,000, if not more, subscribers. He's got amazing content, and a lot of information, a lot of great items that he sells. Very polite, not like me. Very polite, very considerate, very great person. Those types of people should have like a lot of subscribers. But like, see, that's then why YouTube game is not fair. Like, some content which is really bad, those types of content creators get a lot of subscribers, and content that is good, they're not. So, but it is like it happens. That's the thing about it. So, I mean, it's kind of something that you have to consider. But I think then that considering all this stuff, if you put out consistent content, eventually YouTube will start pushing it out. You're gonna start putting up certain thumbnails into your YouTube videos, which actually will be kind of considered to be pushed out by YouTube more. So eventually,
Yeah.
guys, I wish you all guys in the chat and everyone who will watch lurk to get to your like whatever subscribers you want to reach and how much money you want to make on YouTube. I mean, I wish you all the best luck with it, because I know it's hard and you guys everyone is doing their thing. And I don't think any type of discrimination against any channel is not right, because everyone is putting in their work. If they want to be that person and want to represent themselves that way, that's fine. If I want to represent myself the way I am, that's fine for me. Maybe it's not fine for someone else. That person, will not subscribe or unsubscribe. But I mean, like I said, that's a kind of a game, and people will kind of, then what I think with the world right now is that some people don't have nothing better in their life to do but just go and just leave comments and just bash certain content creators, and that's unfortunate nowadays.
Yeah.
That's how it's gonna be most likely in the future, because new generation right now is a little bit different, and they kind of a little bit kind of depends, of course, on which part of the countries and stuff like that. But we're not gonna get into it because Denon is in high demand. So we're not gonna make you feel uncomfortable today, because maybe you will go on a date next week and meet a beautiful woman. So we never know. So how was your upbringing? Were you always did you live in Indiana all your life, or you moved from somewhere else?
When I was young, so I was born here in Indiana, and then my family, I lived in Texas for almost like less than a year, like 8 or 9 months. I lived in Texas, and then I moved to South Carolina. I lived in South Carolina for 7 or 8 years, and then I moved to Minnesota, and I lived there for a few months. My parents split up, and then we moved back here. We moved back here to Indiana because this is where my mom's family all lived. So like it was. Then I've been here since seventh grade, eighth grade. So I'm close to 30 years, I guess. I've been
Man,
here
that's a long time.
mostly here. I moved around when I was young. I moved around a lot.
Man, but how do, Indiana, which is next to us, me and Lisa, Ohio is our neighbor. Indiana is one of the interesting states. Then I don't know how you survive in that state, man. There is nothing to do there. A lot of people, you know what people say? There is nothing to do in Indiana or Ohio. It's like one of the
I was
most
gonna say
boring
all the
states.
places I've moved. And then I had my grandparents lived in Ohio. They lived in Toledo, so I spent a lot of time in Toledo. And of every place I've been, Indiana is by far the boringest. It's the worst. But we're not. I live up near Lake Michigan. I live near Chicago. So when I was younger and stuff, I would take the train into Chicago, go to the city I would go to, and not all the time, but I would go to the city a lot. Like now, when I got older, I started working and stuff. I went once in a while, and then ever since COVID, like I never go to the city. And then now it's every time you go there, whenever I watch the news, like I mean, it's shootings, and there'd be shootings where I used to drive the train into. So I'm like, I'm not going there. I got mugged in the train station when I was like pre-COVID. So like now they'll have like a shooting, and it was like right by the train station. I'm like, I'm not going there. So I don't ever go there anymore. So
So are you close? You close to Gary, right? You close
yeah,
to Gary?
my bins is in Gary. That's where I go.
Man, that's a crazy area, man. I believe you. I drove through there.
Oh, have you? Yeah,
I drove through there
yeah.
to Chicago one time, man. I didn't even stop there. I decided I'll just stop right away in Illinois. Instead of stopping there, man, I
There,
knew.
go and I'll get a detour or something. I always have to like call my mom and like, is this okay to be over here? Like, because you're usually okay if you're on like if to the street. It's a main street to get to the bins where I go to. There's like one stretch where it's a little bit, and then but for the most part you're fine. And then like it goes, and then the east or west, or north south direction, you're pretty good too. Like there, it's like when you get it deeper into the city, like into the area that you don't really want to be.
Yeah,
But where I
man.
go, it's not horrible. And once you get to the bins, it's fine. It's fine. A lot of people at the bins are mostly a lot of people from Chicago who come to the bins. Like you pull up there and it's I call it, well, every bins has them. It's the t-shirt bros. I call it the Van Buren boys. They're outside. I mean they all have
Yeah.
Teslas and
We have the
uh,
same thing, man.
That's
We
yeah,
have
Tesla. I'm like, use Tesla. Like
Man, we got Vintage Kids Mafia. That's what I call them, Vintage Kids Mafia, because they're all gathering up.
and
And
most of them are very nice when I talk. I don't talk to a lot of people like when I go there once in a while, but most of those I call them Van Buren boys, but most of them when I actually have talked to them, very nice people. They're very nice.
very nice, actually. I can tell you the same thing, man. We got very good relationship already. I already know most of them, and I hook them up with some kind of clothing. Sometimes they hook me up with stuff that I like, so they will go look for like the stuff that I like electronics. So some of them will go through the bin and find something, bring it to me, and then eventually, like it depends on what I find. If I find something that I think I will not resell or list, I'll give it to them. So like today, for example, I was going through I usually never go through closing bins unless they just bring out closing bins. That's when I go looking through closing bins. And sometimes I'll find really very good things. So today I found Patagonia jacket.
Oh, nice.
It had some issues that I noticed on the inside, some staining. So I decided not to mess with it. But the thing about it, man, I checked the pockets and I found $3 in one pocket
oh,
cash. So I actually I put them somewhere
swing.
here. Yeah, I found $3. Oh, here it is. Found $3 today, guys.
So you can okay. So
He's
you can
got
abstain
stripper
from
cash on
answering.
him, guys.
You can abstain from answering this question. Now, the $3, did you put it in your cart and pay you the poundage for it, or did you just take the $3?
No, man, I took $3 and that's it, man. That's
So when I find change, I put the change in and I pay like I pay the
what are you
poundage
gonna
for it.
do? Like you're gonna come to the register and say, guys,
No, I
let's
would stuff it
put
in.
them
I
on a
would stuff
scale.
My God.
it in my shoes. If I was buying like a pair of shoes, I would put it in the shoes. Like I take I find whatever I'm looking for. Sometimes I'll take
Whatever I'm
game
looking for.
pieces, or like I'll find this big old Lego set and I've dug through it and pull out all the minifigures, not wanting to mess with all the loose Legos. And so I'll take all the Lego figures and I'll throw them inside of a shoe. But like I would take like the $3 and I would just ball it up and put it inside of a shoe and paid the whatever ounces for it. That's it. You don't have to answer.
Man, I can tell you one thing. I mean, so
Should have
far,
used the money to pay for what
I
you're
love
buying.
you, Dan.
you can do that actually. You're right. You can actually use that money to pay. But the thing about it is that when I found it, I gave one of the vintage kids. I gave him that Patagonia jacket because I just didn't want to deal with it. So I gave it to him, and he was like happy about it. And right away, he knows I like hats. I like to sell hats. So he actually found a very cool hat today, and he gave it to me. So we kind of it's like back and forth, man. If you hook them up, they'll hook you up. So that's kind of a thing about it.
I haven't hooked them up, but I don't really mess with. So when I go to the bins, I do shoes, and then I do the hard goods, and then I go strolling through the clothing. But I don't really pick. I'm not like fighting to pick out all the single stitch T-shirts and stuff. I'm usually looking for jeans or others. Like when I'm looking through shoes, all the guys are there. A lot of people are there looking for the Nikes and stuff, and I'm searching for Crocs or like I find Doc Martens. They leave stuff that I'll pick up and I'll get. I won't fight someone for a pair of Nikes, but they have. I mean, that's it. I don't know.
No, man, that is, it's like I would say. By the way, let me say hello to SCG Collectibles in the house, guys. Welcome, appreciate you stopping by. I can tell you one thing, Dan, that resellers at the bins is a completely different situation in terms of how it's approached. Because whenever you have friends and you already have experience, you went to 127 finally with other guys to hang out, So
Yeah.
it's kind of a friendly type of scenario where you guys kind of know each other, you help each other out, you like pick up things and give to each other. But at the bins, usually it's you probably know that too, Dan, because you go to the bins. It's not like that. Everyone is kind of becomes their own type of boss, and everyone is standing up for themselves. I mean, it's not like you're going there, hey man, like you found this cool electronic, give it to me. It's like, no, no, no. I'll sell it myself.
Yeah, there's a guy. I met a guy. He's a listener to the podcast. I was at the bin searching through the shoes, and then all of a sudden this guy looks at me. He holds up his phone. And he's listening to the Reseller Leftovers podcast at the time, and I see my face. So I strike up a conversation with him, and it's turned every time when I meet him up there. I've done I bought stuff from him, but like when I'm in there shopping with him, he doesn't want to. He's like, here, take this. He'll give me this or he'll give me that. Like he's just finding me $20, $30 items and just giving them to me. Like, and I'm always trying to find him something, but like it's very nice. And then there's a couple I met from Whatnot that are near me, and I've been there, and they don't want. I found that they found a leather jacket they didn't want to deal with, so they gave it. They're like, "You want this?" And I looked up and it sells, and I sold it within a few weeks of listing it for like $50. Like people just like. So I'm always trying to. No one wants anything I'm finding. So that means I'm probably a bad picker.
Man, that's actually a very interesting story. So, Dan,
really.
how did you originally decided? Because I think I remember the stories you told that. Because now I kind of remember something. You said, how did you become originally gotten into reselling altogether? I think did you work in a casino?
Yeah, so I was working at a casino. Yeah, I started off as a blackjack dealer, and then I was a poker dealer since I started blackjack in 2006, and then I went 2008, started dealing poker. I don't know, one of those. I've been dealing poker forever, but I was watching a show on Spike TV. Every time someone asked me, I never remember the name of it. The guy has like a Facebook group. His name's Jason T. Smith. If that means anything. Him and another guy. It was some thriftier show that they had on. It was on Spike TV, and they just went to thrift stores. They found stuff, and they would flip it on eBay. And I was like, man, this looks awesome. So I remember going. It's like 2013, and before that, I had sold on eBay. Like I thought eBay was great. Like not collected, but I've been buying stuff on eBay forever. But before I started the casino, I was working at Blockbuster Video. and I collected movies. I had a movie collection. I bought DVDs on season DVDs, and I just had piles of these DVDs. And then streaming started coming up, and I would like sell my DVDs on eBay. And then I was like, man, it'd be so cool to just make extra money selling stuff on. I always felt like I needed extra money. Like I always need extra money, and because I didn't know how to manage my money.
Nice.
So I was like, oh, that'd be good. So I saw this TV show, and I went to Goodwill with like $40 and thought I didn't buy anything. I was buying Hooters T-shirts and buying stuff that doesn't.
Man,
like, I
actually,
never even
That's
looked at
for
it.
Roman's own heart.
man, Hooters T-shirts may go up in price because Hooters are doing bankruptcy right now.
Are
Apparently,
they really?
yeah,
I don't go
they're
there
actually
anymore.
closing down their locations. No more people like big boobs anymore, man. That's it. That kind of thing is over then. So
I did it for like 6 months.
unfortunately,
I did it for 6 months, and I didn't. I watched YouTube back then. I was watching. He still does videos. Nick Hills. He's an English reseller. Nick
Yeah.
Hills with his wife is with him now. I mean, he was married at the time, but she does the videos with him now. But back then she didn't. And then who's the one guy? Rakin Profit.
yeah,
I watched him.
millionaire guy, Reckon Profit, who's a millionaire, multi-millionaire.
I watched him, and then I did it for like 6 months, and then I didn't know how, I didn't really know what I was doing. And then fast forward like into 2019, I had a closet. My closet's where I keep stuff inside. Like it's my electronic closet where it's not. I keep a lot of my inventory outside, but my closet was inside, was filled from top to bottom with just junk that I had bought. And I was cleaning it out in 2019. I just started donating and stuff. I'm not doing this anymore. And then I started finding stuff like, oh yeah, this stuff probably make me some money. This should make me some money. Because I was doing Amazon back then. Like I was trying everything. I did Amazon and eBay. And like, I should be able to make some money. And then I found Cincinnati Picker. And that's why I ended up just getting back into reselling, and I haven't stopped. And I don't know what I'm doing, but I know more than I did 5 years
Oh
ago.
man, you're doing a great job, Dan. That's why you're on high demand all the time. Believe me. Look everywhere you look on YouTube, man. You're all over the place. You're on all podcasts, on all lives, everywhere. That's why you're.
No, I'm just saying, like, I'm trying to figure it out as I'm going along. Like, I'm way better than I was 5 years ago. I understand that, but like, I got a long way to go. Like, and I'm just hoping I can survive until I can get to that spot where I'm.
Man, you're gonna be all right. You're not married to anyone. You're single, man. You're gonna be okay, man. Don't worry about it.
Oh yeah, surviving by
survive.
myself is easy. If I had to take care of a family, I'd be out working right now.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be able to do. I'd be working.
Yeah, that is completely different thing, man. Believe me, that is completely big difference then. See, that's why when you're single and you're doing different type of reselling, sourcing, and you're not spending money on your wife, on the kids, that's completely different compared to some. I mean, not some, all families that have to.
I'll go back to when I started. When I started in 2019, it was to get out of like. I'm better now, but I'm still learning how to do like manage my money. Like so in 2019, I was like, I need to make extra money because I racked up credit card bills and was so that's I needed but I was working. I had a full-time job. I was making decent money working as a poker dealer and as a supervisor. I made good money, but I didn't know how to manage my money, so I needed extra money to get out of it. So I got into reselling to get out of debt. And then between the time I started and when I lost my job, I ended up getting out of debt. I didn't have like a ton of debt, but I had some debt. And I got out of debt. And then it's been like I have more money in my pocket now than I did when I was actually working because I don't spend my money. I don't waste my money on stuff. Like now it's like okay, I can't go out and eat every meal out for an entire week. Like I pick 1 or 2 days a week. I might go out and the rest of my meals I cook at home. Like it's stuff like that. I make these decisions that I wouldn't before. So I'm like,
man, Dan, what's going for you, man, is that you know how to cook. That's actually a very good advantage for a guy to know how to cook for himself.
I've learned.
Because if you were married, for example, then that would be kind of a situation where there would be a decision made. Is your wife gonna cook or you gonna cook? So
I don't mind. I don't. When I was at the 127, I stayed with a bunch of resellers in a Airbnb, and the one night I didn't know what they planned. So the first night that everyone did like they ordered pizza in, and then I went out the next day and I just kind of I wanted to look around the city, and I wanted to go to the thrift store, and I kind of just did. I didn't want to be. I ended up the day I went out thrifting was with Joe, or garage selling was with Joe Philly Picker. I didn't want to get in someone's way when they're trying to source because I'm slower. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't really like garage selling that much.
Man,
So
don't
the
worry
first-
about it. Don't. You know what's the worst thing to do then is don't like depreciate yourself. Always appreciate yourself.
Well, I just didn't want
doesn't
someone to be
matter.
mad at me. So I
Man,
just
it
kind of wanted to
doesn't
do my
matter
own
who you.
thing.
It
I
doesn't
didn't want
matter.
to be mad at it.
Do my own thing. So I went to the I was all worried the whole time. I'm like, what am I gonna do for dinner? I didn't want to go out to dinner every night and buy anything. So I stopped on my way home. I went out thrifting and I came home, or on my way home, I stopped at the grocery store and bought stuff to make like packet tacos. It was like ground beef tacos. In case like if when everyone came back in case they wanted tacos. They're all sitting around, so then I ended up making tacos, and then people kept on telling me they felt bad that I was like cooking. I like cooking; it didn't bother me.
Man, though, yeah, I think that your crowd was very nice. You know, you had some fun, most likely over there. You know, it's kind of, then what I can tell you, man, is like it is fun. You know, if you want to hang out once in like, I would say, if you never have done it and you decided to go to 127 sell with someone else from the YouTube community, it's not bad once in a while, man. Why not? You know, you can.
I liked it. It was a lot of fun.
Hang out, and do whatever you want to do there. You know, it's not a bad thing. You know, I would say like not a lot of resellers, as you know, go together to garage sales and hang out because you know some resellers sell exactly same things. So you kind of creating yourself a competition by taking someone else who actually looking for the same stuff as you to the same garage sale. So it's kind of, in my opinion, man, I don't know if it's a good idea or not. You know why? Because like if you're gonna find something on the table and your kind of a friend reseller is also there, and you find that first and you get it, and it's probably maybe like $100 thing, and so he didn't get it, and then you leave that garage sale, so you got something good and he didn't, and you of course he can find something else. It's not an issue. But that kind of it's just in my opinion, it's like it's maybe worth it for content if you go together and just make videos, but like you know, it's not for like constant going together. If you're going with your family, then it's kind of interesting because with your family it's not really competition. But when you're going with a bunch of other resellers who actually look for similar things, I don't know, right, Lisa? I don't know about it. It's kind of tricky. Not for me personally. I don't know because I can do that, but not a lot. You know, let me
I
say
think you
that.
can either, for a lot of us, you can either film or you can pay attention to finding stuff to buy. Because, you know, I mean, you're making content or you're there to get money.
Yeah, that's true. If you're making YouTube videos consistently, why not going and
Yeah.
hanging out and stuff like that? Let me say hello to Bearded Picker Scott in the house. Scott, welcome. We got Kristen, Thrifty Mom in the house. Kristen, welcome. Let's see who else I missed. Farside Jack, Mike in the house. Mike, welcome. Scott, Scott, hopefully your wife is doing better, man, and all the best luck to her and you guys. Also, you know, I know that Scott's wife is going through health problems, so I know what it takes, Scott. Believe me, man. So I've been there many times myself. So I always say what it is and how it is because it is complicated, and for everyone it's different for each specific issue. So hopefully you guys are getting through that. Who else I missed, guys? Hopefully I didn't miss big celebrities like Tom Cruise or Brad Pitt. Oh, we got
I
Lux.
haven't seen who's Tom Cruise in forever.
We got Jason in the house, Lux Garage. So Dan, how was your experience altogether from being at one? Was it the first time you appeared at 127 ever, or you went before?
Yeah, I've never been before. I had a lot of fun. Like I was nervous. I go to both reseller rallies in Cincinnati, and then stuff is just like, well, the first year, the week I was going, my old dog passed away, and like I can't, I didn't want to go. And then last year I was wanting to go, and then needed to get my car looked at to make sure I could go, and like I needed new brakes, I needed new tires, and I was up close to $1,000 in repairs, and I just was like, I just can't afford, like I wasn't worth me like breaking, like I couldn't afford to go. So then this year I was listening to at the beginning when they first started talking about it. Trash to Cash said they had talked about going up towards Michigan. So I made the comment to Jimmy and Joe during one of our podcasts at the end, like when we were done recording. When I said, oh, they're talking about going to Michigan, like that, like kind of where you're gonna go around. Like Michigan's pretty close to me. I would travel a little bit. I didn't want to go too far, so it turned out to be Kentucky, and it was about like close to 5 hours, and it was near Cincinnati. I've traveled Cincinnati a few times, and I was like, okay, I'll try. I've never been any place by myself. Like I was a little nervous to go, and I was a little nervous to stay in like a big Airbnb with people. I've never stayed at an Airbnb, so it's kind of nervous to do that, like do all that stuff. Not that I felt I don't want to down. I mean, you already yelled at me for downgrading myself. I know how I am.
Yeah, don't do that, man. Never do that. Never,
I know,
never
but
depreciate yourself. That's a bad thing to do.
I just know how I am, so I didn't want someone who likes me, like all of a sudden, like,
Yeah, don't
oh my
worry
god,
about
this
that
guy
either.
is like, what is his problem? Like he just snores all night. Like what is that? How many times does he have to go to the bathroom? Like,
Man, believe
like
me, I snore so loud, man, that my wife thinks that I'm a tiger. Like I will snore so loud sometimes, man, that if I snore, man, everyone has to go to like some kind of other rooms.
Get a CPAP. You're the right
so
age.
I just I wanted to go. I
That's
kind of took it as I wanted to go. Well, so I ended up going, and I used it as like I wasn't worried about finding a bunch of stuff. I kind of used it as to just get away. I haven't left my area in forever. It had been since like 2017. I've left in like 7 years from around my immediate area. I just kind of looked at I listed a few items every day while I was there, and went to a garage sale one day. I thrifted a few thrift stores for 2 days, and I just kind of relaxed. I mean, I just kind of relaxed. It was fun talking to people that I've met on YouTube, talking to them in real person. It was fun. I had a ton of fun. It was a ton of fun.
Yeah, man. See, that's the thing about it. I did watch some content. I watched most content from the crew from Locker Room Podcast. I watched Ben's, I watched
Yeah,
Alex's, I watched Shane
I was watching
and
their. Yeah, I
Chris.
listened to their podcast yesterday.
While I was recovering a little bit, actually, it was fun for me to watch because, like, I was not concentrating on, like, specifically on things. It was kind of a situation where I didn't completely gotten into the mood of constantly listing yet. But then after like first treatments that I got, and eventually the doctors told me what I will need to go through again and again, and I already kind of realized that's what I was talking about. Like it's kind of everyone. I mean, right now you're getting older, like I'm getting older, so this is gonna keep happening. It's not like something that will go away. You're getting younger. You're going back to when you were 18, 19, 20. You're getting to 50. So it's
Yeah.
kind of what things that the doctors told me. It's like you're not gonna escape certain things that you're gonna have to go with different doctors and stuff like that. Which I kind of the thing about it is I'm familiar with that kind of stuff, but it's not something that is great when you doing full time reselling where you have to source, where you have to have energy to find stuff. And I'm my wife is not doing anything, so basically I'm like sometimes she'll help me out with certain things, but very small amounts. So I'm constantly have to do a lot of things. So like I whenever you don't have health, it's scary, man, because like I was on a kind of a situation where I was getting panic attacks. Like I would not know what the fuck, I mean, what the hell to do. Like that's the thing about it. And you get really I got really emotional at certain times, and that's how I am, man. Because like my emotional state sometimes will like exceed my feelings, about certain things. But it happens to a lot of people. Then that's why I'm telling you, man, always don't depreciate yourself. You can go to garage sales, you can grab stuff in front of someone, even if your friends are there, and you go with them, just grab it and it's yours, man. Don't be like, hey man, here you go. I found this for you.
I wanted to go. Yesterday. I wanted to go garage selling, and I did. I have stuff to list, and so like I have a hard time going. I just have a pile of stuff I'm listing right now, and I just have a hard time going out and buying stuff because I constantly never have any place to walk because I'm constantly like I'll buy a bunch of stuff, and then I like get it down to like, oh, I can maneuver. Then I buy more stuff, and then I I didn't want to go out, and then today I wanted to go to the bins. I was my last night was so miserable trying to go to sleep. I was like, I'm not gonna mess with this. So I just worked on my listings, and I still have a pile of listings to do for like tomorrow. Like I have tons of stuff to list. So
Man, you're a hardworking guy, then believe me, man. I can tell you're in demand. You're hardworking. You know, you can cook. There are a lot of good qualities about you, man. You can make content. You can be artistic like an actor on whatnot, which is great quality also. You're doing the woohoo, woohoo. You're doing so. Thank you, woohoo, thank you. You know, you got so much energy, and you're like, you know, getting in a like a spirit of it all the time, which is great, man. I like it, man. I like when people are cheerful. I like it when people are artistic. I like it, you know, because it's fun. You know, when you have certain qualities where you have great sense of humor, you're artistic, you're doing certain things. You can say one thing in a video. It doesn't even mean you're in all videos. You can be in like make an appearance in one video, and people will remember you from just being how you are, man. Because like people will notice like this guy we see, he's a little bit boring, but then someone appears, and that's it. It changes entire video like altogether. You're becoming like, wow, that's kind of cool. You know, that's a cool person and stuff. Let me say hello to Vintage Vani. Ivan, welcome. Appreciate you stopping by. We got Chris Easy Pickens in the house. Chris, thanks for stopping by, man. Chris made very, very good videos from 127 in Tennessee, in the great state of Tennessee, Crossville. And a lot of content from 127 sale. A lot of. We got Jeff Doris in the house, eBay Edit.
Jeff.
Jeff, how you been, man? Appreciate you stopping by.
Sudan pays money to buy money. What?
Yeah, I mean, guys, we really appreciate you all stopping by today at our live. I mean, there's a lot of support as usual. And then today, man, you're in like the highest demand. Guys, I put Dan's channel in. I'll put it in again. Please subscribe. I'm pretty sure everyone is. Dan is like one.
But they have to, we have to make sure they're all subscribed to the Reseller Leftovers podcast.
Yes, and subscribe to the Leftovers podcast too, guys, because they're doing a great job. Podcast wise, it's also very informative podcast. Even though I usually like if I have time to watch something, guys, it's gonna be
good background noise. It's good background noise. That's the goal.
No, man, I can tell you, you guys got 405 subscribers right now, so you're very close to Trash to Cash. You're gonna soon bypass Trash to Cash. You will soon bypass Trash to Cash, man. You just need to invite more famous people. Like invite Tom Cruise onto invite you invited Kevin already, so invited Mike already. So you got some famous people coming through your podcast. You invited Joe Philip Picker, so that's a good thing. Invite more and invite Lisa. Bubbles, blinks, and needful things. That will bring up some spice.
Oh, for the love of God, why?
Guys, Reseller Leftovers, soon to be.
Well, Leftovers. There we go. Make a podcast about divorcees. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that man. But you guys, how is your guys' chemistry? Three of you, is that working out great with you? Three on the same subject in the podcast. Do you guys having fun?
Yeah, I think so. You know, so when we started originally, we did a live show with Joe, and I did a live show with Mike, the January House. And then when that was tailing down, I mean, if you listen to the podcast, and we've said it 1,000 times, Mike had suggested a podcast, and I didn't listen to podcasts. I didn't know what he's talking about. And I turned him down. Joe turned him down, and then we quit the live show. And then, like, all of a sudden, I started listening to podcasts, and then I'm like, oh, I kind of want to do a podcast. So then Joe and I were, like, at Mike for almost a year. Let's do a podcast. Let's do a podcast. Let's do a podcast. And then finally, we heard enough podcasts, and then it was the last one was the Locker Room when they started theirs, and because we were like, oh, you know, there's already all these people have podcasts, there's all the podcasts are already there's a bunch of podcasts out, and the Locker Room did one. I'm like, Joe, there's another new one that just came out. We can do one. So like, we tried to get Mike. So Joe and I just made a podcast to try to entice Mike to come on with us, and then that ended up with Jimmy, who I've known Jimmy since I've started on YouTube, and he left his other podcast, so he came on with us, and it was weird at first, in the sense that Jimmy had already done some podcasts, and Joe and I had no idea how to do podcasts. So like Jimmy's already done like many podcasts. I mean, he's still done more than I've done now. So it was kind of a not trial and error is not the right word. It was a learning curve then, and we would get in like battles sometimes. Like not like crazy battles, but it would be bickering about stupid stuff. And it's been fun. It's been good. I like it. I feel like it gets better. I feel like it's getting better. It's just like I said earlier, it's a lot more work than I thought it was going to be. So most of the time we have enough time to sit down, record, and then put it out, and that's about all the time that we have, which is kind of, I just wanted a time to like, originally the reason we wanted to do a podcast is so when we did the live, I missed sitting down and talking to Joe and Mike, and then like we had the chat, but I couldn't commit to doing a live show every week. You know what I'm saying? And that's the nice part of a podcast.
Yeah, that's important, man.
I can go back and I can interact with the comments later whenever I have a chance to, instead of having to be at that moment on a live trying to do it. So that was so I missed doing that. So it's kind of nice, and it's nice that now I have like Jimmy, and then Mike listens to the podcast. So then when I'm able to talk to Mike's like we still talk to Mike, but it's fine. It's fine. We always give Jimmy junk. Like, oh, we wish we had Mike instead of you, but I mean, it's good. Unless Mike, bring Mike back. Mike's listen to this. Like, we could kick Jimmy out tomorrow if you don't tell Jimmy that, though. But no.
Well, Jimmy, we're gonna have to kick you out now. That's it. Mike is taking your spot. Sorry, Jimmy, old school flips. He's fired from the reseller leftovers, and now it's being taken over by Mike. So, Jimmy, sorry, man. So, unfortunately, we have to break this news to you. You're fired. Dan and Demand has fired you, man. That's it. You're out. You're out. Remember, like someone had this phrase before.
You're so cute, Dan.
Yeah, Dan is amazing. By the way, Kristen is saying Roman is ignoring me, you all. Kristen, I'm not. Kristen, actually. By the way, Dan, I know that you visit Kristen's Whatnot shows. Sometimes, probably, right? The Thrifty Mom. She's done like Whatnot shows already, and she's very famous on Whatnot.
I don't know if I have, to be honest.
Man, she's got like one of the best Whatnot shows also. She's been doing it, I think, for almost maybe a year. And she's doing it almost like 3 times a week sometimes, I think.
I have a battery pack here. I keep on wanting to pull up my phone. I'm on my phone. I keep forgetting. So I can't read the chat. I can't do anything. I'm trying to remember. I saw some new names I haven't seen, so I just want to look at people up.
Man, that's a good thing. See, you're gonna have a lot of more subscribers today, so you're gonna get closer to 100,000. So we wish you luck, man, with that. Getting closer to 100,000 subscribers ain't easy.
We just want that. I want to hit the. I see that. That's the thing. I thought in my head when we started, I'm like, oh yeah, it'd be easy because I hit 1,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel like less than a year. And I didn't know anyone. And I didn't tell anyone. Now I got 2 friends with me. Between the 3 of us, I'm like, we can get 1,000 subscribers in a year. And we're getting close to a year. We're not even halfway there. So we're
dragging you down, man.
Yeah,
I don't mean it like that. I'm just saying, I was like, oh, this would be easy.
Oh, you don't?
No, I don't mean, I thought it would be easy to get. So when I made 1,000 subscribers, when I started on my YouTube channel, my videos were all short. Like all my videos are like 8 minutes. 9 minutes, like I mean, for me to have a 12-minute video was like astonishing.
Oh, he hit that button again.
Guys, we're apologizing. I think Archie hit the button again. So Archie, Dan, we're waiting for you, man. Don't worry. We're gonna stay here until tomorrow, man. just get back because today, see, Dan is back. Dan is back in demand.
My
woohoo! Woohoo!
I told you don't hit that button again.
I don't remember.
That is back in demand, guys.
My AirPod died on me.
Well, it is the most unprofessional live, so
Sorry about that.
thanks for sticking
No,
with
man,
it.
it's actually normal. Absolutely, absolutely normal. Woohoo! It's normal. Woohoo!
Hey, quit making fun of me.
Full-time flippers podcast in the house. See, find a section of the 127 that isn't overrun with resellers. I didn't see one on one YouTuber in the two days I was hitting it.
Well,
See, that's interesting.
He just didn't see one that was a breakout YouTuber. There's probably a million YouTubers there.
Archie saying that lamp on your back was mean. Yeah, Archie, I was thinking about that, man. Thankfully they removed it, but it didn't free me from anything, man. That's what happens. It was a little bit. I took some time, and I didn't know, unfortunately, that it was that serious. So now, after they removed it, at least it's not gonna grow there. But they told me it may grow somewhere else, unfortunately. So that's
Well,
that's
they tried to irradiate Archie. I
yeah,
mean, he's
sorry,
quiet
Archie.
about
Yeah, that I'm gonna have to remove you from somewhere else again.
No, we know where Archie is on everybody.
Barbara saying, Liz, you ever make it to Oklahoma? I'll have him grill. He knows how to flavor it. Oh, it's about barbecue. Yeah, we need to go to Oklahoma today, guys. So it's about time. Well, we got big celebrity, guys. We got Mike.
Oh, Mike.
Mike said then that he took his couch.
You haven't had Mike on yet?
Took his couch at 127 and didn't give him toilet paper, man. How could you, man? Mike was waiting for you to give him toilet paper. Then he had to go to Kevin, ask for him, and he did. I mean, everything was messed up over there, man. Jay Wright took all the toilet paper, man. You guys didn't have anything right there. See, that's a thing. See,
I just heard Jay Ride.
Mike was saying, "What the fuck?" Dan beat me on the show too. I don't know why it took me so long to announce. By the way, I actually gave Mike shout out. Mike is one of my favorite YouTube channels. By the way, I watch Mike. I don't comment Mike. I'm sorry, man, because I'm not in a good moods right now to comment on anything. But I gave you shout out in my last video. I posted your video there in an image and also a link. And also I shout out Flipping Ain't Easy. And I will do it every video now, guys. I'll shout out channels everyone is doing great job. I mean, there is no discrimination from me. You know, I kind of appreciate the greatness of the community of making Hollywood videos. You know, especially mine. My short videos, guys, me finding some kind of crap and doing that with that. But Mike, thanks for stopping by, man. See, I'm putting dance channels in, guys. Regina, welcome. Regina Michelle House, who was our guest a couple of weeks ago. It was a great show, Regina. We really appreciate it that you were our guest. And we're going to have Derek on soon. Fundamentals. Here's Sal. The leftovers of the leftovers. You guys originally were called Pocket Change, and then someone said it was a copyright, and then they sued you guys in court. And then
originally we were gonna be leftovers, but when we searched that on YouTube, it was a bunch of there was a political podcast called The Leftovers. So then I'm gonna throw him under the bus. Joe was like, we can't do that. So then we came up with Pocket Change. Well, we didn't come up with Pocket Change. I did last year. I did a live. I was on live with Yakov every Saturday night. And Yakov's
I remember. And
someone in the chat suggested Pocket Change, and we all liked it. So we did it. And then there was a Pocket Change. We found out during the Trash Cash Bash. They were at the Trash Cash Bash. Pocket Change was right there. So from that moment on, it was dead to me because I felt like a thief. So it took a while, and finally I told Joe and Jimmy I was going to quit if we didn't change the name.
Yeah, man, you should have quit right there, man. You should have told them, you guys don't appreciate me. I'm out.
Yeah.
Archie, man, appreciate you, brother, for CPAP. Actually, I need that. I actually need CPAP, but they didn't give it to me yet. CPAP, actually, Dan, you know what CPAP is for? Yeah. It's when you snore. It's when you snore too loud, man. It means your breathing hole is very small. So you don't get enough air when you sleep. And then it creates a loud snoring noise. And that's when you get a CPAP machine so you can breathe during
Yeah, and
the
it's
night.
like sleeping next to Darth Vader and
Yeah, that's
with a fighter
basically.
pilot beating on you with the nozzle. Yeah, no, I wouldn't know nothing about that.
Yeah, that's what it's called. It's called the actual problems that it's called deviated septum. So if you guys are familiar with what deviated septum does, my friend actually, who is older than me, he had a surgery to fix it. He had a surgery done on his nose, and then they made holes in his nose and put out some kind of tubes with blood. I mean, it was horrible, man. I remember seeing him after the surgery. It looked like he went through some kind of shrapnel, like some kind of thing that was horrendous, man. I don't know, but actually it fixed it. It fixed it. He was breathing better. He said he couldn't breathe, so they had to break his nose and do all types of things, man. So I don't know. Not a lot of people want to do it. See, Kristen is saying she goes to your whatnot, man. So you need to return the favor then. Here's her
All
whatnot
right.
link. I put it in the chat again. Just visit her whatnot. Otherwise,
Now I
Kristen
feel
will
like a jerk. Now I feel like a jerk.
Kristen will come over to Indiana, she said, and visit you if you don't. So how was the sourcing altogether in Indiana right now? Is it similar to like 127 sale where you have garage sales all over, or is it
Yeah,
different?
there's been a lot of garage sales. The week I was at 127, my city had a townwide garage sale. So when I came home, there was like just signs everywhere because they were having a they had a they were having a sale all weekend. Then there was a bunch of there were sales there were sales all week this week. There were sales on Tuesday and Wednesday. I didn't go to any of them. That's what kind of a loser I am, I guess. No, I didn't say that. I didn't say it. I didn't say that.
Man, don't worry about it, man. You know the thing about it then. You had a great experience. You met great people. You were hanging out. You if you didn't want to record, did you record any content? Are you gonna put out any
No,
videos from 127 sale like Mike Despal Picker released
no.
100 videos?
I went like I told you earlier. My intention all every day is like I'm gonna do a video. I'm gonna do a video. I want to like this week. Many times I was like I'll do a video, but now thinking back, I didn't do it. But thinking back to the week, like okay, my air conditioner broke. Like there's no chance I'm filming a video, and like there's just no chance. Like I did my shipping and stuff, and I was getting my listing done, and that's all I was focused on. Like no, when I went, initially I was gonna go. I was like, oh, it'd be fun to take a camera and do like a video for the whole weekend, and then it just I never.
No, man,
I'm gonna
that's
be.
cool. That's
I
cool.
lived in the moment. I'll say that. Everyone always says that. I lived in the. I just didn't feel like doing it.
No, man, that's cool. If you decide to record and take like make an editing type of thing and release videos, edit videos, and do it for just for fun, man, it's kind of cool, man. It's
Yeah, I wish all this stuff happens to me. I mean, not that it's a great content, but constantly I'm like, yeah, I wish I've really kind of messed up. I should have. I've gotten so it's been so easy not to do it now that it's basically now we're back to like I gotta start all the way over. Like I don't know how to do anything. Like
man, don't worry about it. Then you know how many
oh
people do.
Luis,
Then do you know how many people in Cleveland do YouTube content creation?
a
Maybe
lot.
two. Maybe two.
Two?
Maybe.
Oh
I mean, consistent. Do you know,
yeah.
like, if you look up and see how many content creators from different states in the United States make consistent YouTube content, you're gonna be surprised how small that number is
It's
compared to the number of resellers out there. It's very, very small number. It's
well
like maybe 2%.
yeah, I'll be honest.
Less.
The other stuff that's come up with is yeah. I spend the whole day doing my reselling stuff, and I'm not a channel that I want to like. If I shared what I'm buying or selling, like that's great. Maybe someone that watches it, they'll learn that. I'm not trying to teach someone how to do anything. So then in my head, part of it's like YouTube. I want to kind of be some kind of escape. So I'm trying to escape from my work, but my work's my reselling all day. Like I don't want to. In my head, I'm like, do I really want to make videos about it? Like on top of doing it all day. So I'm just like 24 hours a day just doing reselling. I'll like go nuts, I think, but I do enjoy it, but
No, man, it's if you enjoy this kind of stuff, it's great. I do enjoy making YouTube videos, but in my, like I said, my videos are weird. It's maybe getting more weirder eventually too. I know that people,
Oh boy.
like I said, it's not like in a weird, bad way, but the way I see how my brain operates, I cannot do like content that is like, where you go take out things like and like not take out like if you sell something and you just pick up orders and like shows what you sold. I mean I can do that sometimes, but not like it's like doesn't bring me like fun to do that, like I don't function like that. I don't see it the way I
yeah.
want to. So that's kind of a thing. Luis in the house.
But I
Howdy, Luis.
enjoy watching. I enjoy watching those. Like I like watching those to see what sells, and that's how I learn. That's how I learned what I was selling. But it goes back to the same thing. Like I'm not really trying to teach someone, and then I don't know if it's the world's greatest thing that what I'm selling is supposed to be what you should be selling.
But you know what? I can tell you one thing then. If consistency, like John and Jen are flipping in easy, look at how great they're done their job with lives and bringing up a lot of educational content. People in their chat, they get over 100 people, usually close to 200 people consistently in their lives.
Good.
Because they talk about serious stuff. They talk about
Yeah.
eBay issues, reselling issues. I don't, me
Yeah.
myself, man, I don't like it. I mean, I will listen to it, but will I do this kind of thing consistently and just educate people or just talk about certain issues? Probably not, because it bores me. So I'm bored with it. It kind of brings me down and I don't feel good. But
Yeah.
I will listen to it and I will, appreciate it because people spend their time and energy every week consistently. Scott Bearded Picker does the same thing with his crew that he does in the morning with Todd and the guy from here actually in Cleveland from Mentor, one of content creators also there. I always forget his name now for some reason. Scott, if you hear, let us know his name. I always forget. And John and a bunch of other guys. And then it's important to actually do that. If people consistently do that kind of thing and they making money from YouTube to support their family, it's their choice. They want to do that kind of thing. It's they're absolutely normal. I mean, they want to do it this way, and it's fine. I mean, there are gonna be haters. There are gonna be people who will say, "Why is he bringing that boring content constantly with this educational crap onto the screen every 2 days, educating people?" There are gonna be people like that, bunch of people. There are gonna be negative people who are on Instagram saying resellers pay $1 for the items that they sell for 200 or 500, and they don't fucking blame Goodwill Beans, for example, that Goodwill Beans sell something by weight, and you're paying $2 for an item at Goodwill Beans that will sell for $300. They just look at people at garage sale, say, "Hey, that guy, you didn't give him enough money, you motherfucker. You just kind of stole his money, you stole his item. You're a piece of shit, motherfucker. Why did you do
Oh
that?"
my.
But I mean, I don't appreciate it, man, because I know how much time resellers put in sourcing, because I do it myself, man, and with bad fucking health, man. I go out, I wake up, I have pain all over my body, I have to take fucking painkillers, and then I go to the bins for like 6 hours, man, and I have to wait until they rotate, go around, try to grab something fast, because I know if I don't make money on YouTube. So that's my main source of income. So I need to grab that stuff for me to make money. Like I found like this calculator today. I find them all the time. This is TI-84 Plus, and it's in a great condition. It sells for like $30 right now with school starting. It has issues, but I find them all the time. And why not, man? I will grab that. I will be the first one to run to the bin when I see it and grab it, because I know that's what I make money on. I will sell it fast if I list it, or something like this, like a floppy drive, from a computer. I know it sells for around 25 to 20, $25. I'll test it out. I know how to test them, and I'll sell it. And I know it will sell fast. So I don't pay attention to those negative things. I don't appreciate it. I'm not, when I see someone post on Instagram some kind of crappy message, where I know myself, man, if I'm gonna fucking start blessing them, it's gonna end up bad, man. I'm gonna use all the fucking curse words
Oh
to
my
bless
God.
them out, man. But I don't usually do that, man, because I'm very emotional. I stay away, and it kind of keeps me a little bit under control when I do that, because that's how my life is, man. Because I don't like when there are people who don't work like resellers do, start depreciating and causing all types of crap, leaving negative messages, comments, like saying all bad stuff about resellers, because I like it, and it's my life right now, man. I do reselling, and I don't appreciate people who bless the resellers with the stuff that they buy cheap and get paid for it, and saying that they don't do shit because it's an easy job. They don't fucking stay in our shoes. They just don't understand how hard it is. I mean, you wake up at freaking 5 in the morning, go try to be the first at every garage sale, or go to the bins and try to grab things fast. So I'm not gonna continue with the rant, guys, but hopefully you understand. Sorry, guys, for me cursing. I'm very emotional right now. I'm in pain. We got Admin Drop Flips in the house. Richard, welcome, man. Appreciate you stopping by very much. And Mike saying nothing but love. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it. Mike is a very good guy, actually.
Yes.
You can tell how Mike is. I can tell when I watch Mike's videos, I kind of look at him as I look at myself sometimes, because the way he does things is kind of similar to what I like to do. So that's why I like his channel. And Kristen, sorry that Dan didn't go to your whatnot yet. Dan, if you lose subscribers after my rant today, I apologize, man. From the bottom of my heart, man.
Oh, I loved it.
Man, I appreciate you guys very much today. Lisa was actually the best today. Lisa, with her beauty, showing up on time, supporting everyone in the chat, But I mean, the thing about it is, guys, is that it's truthful. And unfortunately, if you're going to keep creating content and doing your Instagram posts about what you sold, there are going to be a lot of people who are negative. And I think it's not just in reselling, everywhere, right, Dan? I think it's like when you worked in a casino, Dan, let me ask you that. How many people would come over and be acting shitty when you worked did you work as a dealer?
I started off as a dealer, and then the last 3 or 4 years I was a supervisor. I mean, it's casino business is toxic. Like Archie did it. He could probably tell you too. It's very good. Everyone loves it when you first start, and then you stand there long enough, you just hate it. And then when you do it a long time, like I worked in the poker room, like there's guys losing their money playing poker because, I mean, I don't know if you play poker. Like everyone thinks you know how to play poker.
A little bit.
I mean, not everyone knows how to play poker, but they act like they do. So you're mad because you're losing money, and then the dealers are upset because they're working on tips, so they're not making enough money. It's bickering between who's going to which table and why can't I go home? Why can't I do so? You're just getting it from everywhere, and then it could be miserable. It could be hard. It's fun. I mean, it's the same. I mean, you have people you work with that you like working with them, and it's fun. It can be fun, but there could be days that it's dreadful. It's just like I wanted to just cry when I was there, but I liked it.
What did you work how many jobs altogether did you work at before?
From all time?
Like, if you remember, any interesting jobs that you had before when you were growing up?
In my youth, I was a paper boy. I did that. I worked at a grocery store. I was a bagger. I was a stocker. I was a cashier. And then I worked at the video store, Blockbuster. And then I was at the casino. Like, I haven't had very many jobs. Usually what I do for a while. Like, I really enjoyed the video store, but video stores closed, so I stopped doing that. And I didn't hate like working at the casino, but like it's fun I like this because I can like do what I want to do when I want to. Like, if I was at the casino, I mean, I don't remember. Like, I don't have many friends that I hang out with anymore because they all kind of went to college and stuff, and then they got regular traditional like 9 to 5 jobs, and I was working at the casino, so like I was off Tuesday, Wednesday. And like so I had to make new friends, and all my friends are like in the casino business. And then now, like, I'm not in the casino business. When I hang out with them, most of the time it's revolving around casino stuff, like playing cards and stuff. And I don't want to spend my money on playing cards because I don't play cards very well, so I don't want to lose my money.
Yeah, man, that's when you have to make a decision. Believe me, I know all about it. Then,
I like to do
if you love casinos, man, and you don't have any money, there are people who are addicted to playing in the
I mean,
casinos, and I know some friends.
reselling.
I know
People
some people
resell
who are,
though.
man. I know some people who are.
People resell. I mean, you work. I mean, you work too hard to find the stuff to sell just to like flush it down the like in a card game or in a slot machine. Like I can't do that. I mean, I like sports bet, but not crazy. Nothing crazy. Like I'm looking at my dog sitting over here. I bought my dog with the money I won off of sports gambling. Uh, but like,
um, no, man, that's fine. I can tell you one thing. Then had a friend who was addicted to casino. Man,
yeah,
he would make good money, and he had a big family. He had 3 kids,
yep,
and I mean wife. He would travel to casinos like because that was his addiction. He said he was working. He was a truck driver, and he would drive long distances from Ohio to California and to Arizona and back. And so he basically would not see his family sometimes for weeks. So
oh
every time he would come back, he had addiction. He will stop by at casinos, and every time he would make certain amount of money, he will lose it, like
yeah,
playing slot machines, blackjack, poker, everything, man. And he got addicted so much that he started borrowing money from people. That's
yeah, that's
when it gets out of hand. And
yeah,
then that's it, man. He lost there. He got divorced. He lost everything, man. I'm telling you, it's very dangerous thing. So be
yeah.
thinking, Barb saying, are we back next week? We're not gonna do a live, Barb, because I gotta like do something next Saturday, but eventually we'll start at least some kind of normal schedule because I like I said in my video, I don't trust my health right now that much. Every time, next couple of weeks, I have to do blood work every week because I have to monitor something and I'm on certain medication. I don't want to get into it too much because it's gonna bore you guys. It's just the way when you have some kind of lump inside your body, it's like they have to monitor things because they are not sure exactly how it started, why it started. Those types of things are always kind of like one of those things. I forget, like a metronome or some kind of clock that goes this way, like a pendulum.
Yeah,
So
it's a metronome.
yeah, metronome
I
type
have
of
one right here.
situation. So it's like it bothers me because I cannot function normally, but apparently that's kind of a becoming part right now, as of right now of my life. So that's kind of a thing where I hate it, but it is what it is. You cannot tell your body like it's like a human body, guys, is like a car. Like you drive a car for so many miles, the car starts to break down a little bit. You have to repair it. Then it breaks down more. You have to repair it. Like Dan was saying, with brakes or tires or anything, generator, any parts, alternator, whatever. So it's same thing with people. I mean, something breaks, some kind of glitch in your cells, which you cannot control. Everyone's body is unique. You don't know what's gonna happen. So it may either turn out good or it can turn out really bad. So it's like one of those metronome things. So you don't know, unfortunately. But Lisa, Richard is asking, why won't you talk to him? Should you answer or you, Richard, why don't we do that through Instagram, man? Again, like
Yeah,
last
this is
time.
unprofessional here, but
Quirky Picker Chat, go Browns, go Browns. Hopefully this year with Deshaun Watson, hopefully playing better and not getting injured. Hopefully it will be better, but who knows? With Cleveland Browns, it's kind of for me personally. That's why I'm emotional like that. Whenever they win, I'm happy. Whenever they lose, I get out of hand.
Oh no,
What is your favorite team then in the
the
NFL?
Bears, the Bears.
Chicago. This year, Chicago Bears maybe a little bit better.
Oh
Well, I
yeah,
mean, it's possible.
they won today. Preseason.
Actually, Browns are playing tonight against Vikings. Let's see what the score is. Because I was trying to see. Yeah, they lost, guys. So I actually was looking at it while we actually had Dan on at the score, and then I kind of realized it's too late. So, guys, but it's preseason, so it is what it is. Dan can cook, reseller, and shoot YouTube videos. See, there you go. Then Jeff. But listen, we got Happy Picker. We got Lori in the house. Lori, welcome. Chad is saying I was a professional video editor for 7 years, and if I took time away from reselling to make video content, exactly. There you go, man.
Yeah.
That's absolutely true statement, Chad. That is actually true because you have to make priorities. If reselling brings you money, you can pay bills from that money. It consistent reselling and putting energy into it, into sourcing, finding good stuff with good sales through rate. Definitely, it's number one priority. If you don't make any money on YouTube, then I mean, you can make it as a hobby and put out videos and see maybe one of them will go viral someday. You know, you never know. Dan, did you have any videos go viral yet, man?
No, I have a instructional video on shipping a board game for the shipping. That's like my best video, but it not viral or anything. It's just when I made it's like 4 or 5 years old. I think it's like 3,500 views or something on it. Is my big. I mean, no.
Should have
No,
done it
never.
in a bikini, Dan.
In a bikini.
Yeah, Dan,
I
you
did
need
a
to-
It'd be
short.
viral.
Dan, you need to just do some kind of weird video and that's it. It's gonna go viral, man.
Short,
Just put
like
on a makeup and start doing woohoo, woohoo. Thank you, woohoo.
If I dressed up like that all the time, I could probably. If I did a what sold video and I dressed up like a grandma every time, I could probably go viral doing that. I think I did have a short that got like 11,000 views. So I guess that's. I mean, yeah, but no, I don't know. I don't know anything about that stuff to tell you why I didn't. But I don't know. I'll be downgrading myself again. Roman.
Man, don't worry about it. Dan, you're one of the most positive personalities in this community, man. Believe me, we
There's
applaud you, man. We applaud you with from bottom of our hearts, man, because that's why you're in demand, man. You don't discriminate. You go on to different podcasts. You go to every live. You're like a people's person, man. You're like everywhere.
I try to go. I try to go anyone asks me to go any place. I try. I can't get around as much as I used to watching because again, that's the one thing I liked about podcasts is you can play them when you can play them, and then like I would sit and watch lives and all day and never get anything done. Like that's the hard part. I wish I could do all that stuff, but yeah, I appreciate that. No, I'm happy to do anytime. I get it's nice when you get asked to do something.
Man, it's actually fun for you. I think you're spending time because eventually, Dan, what I can tell you, man, if you're gonna find a woman that you're gonna love and you're gonna start a family, maybe you will not have time. You won't have time to go to different lives.
To make some more money first. Unless I find a rich girl.
Man, sugar mama, Dan, you should have went to 127. Dan, what you should have done, man, at 127 sale, you should have went to all the houses who did garage sales, and if you saw a pretty girl or woman, just ask her for her number, man, and or move in and ask him, can I move in tomorrow? You see, that's most important.
It's very hilly in Kentucky, fellas. There's a lot of hills, a lot of open space between towns and stuff. You think you're really close to someplace, and it's like it's 10 miles, but it's 20 minutes to get there. I'm like, what the heck's going on? So anyway.
Yeah, man, Kentucky is actually a beautiful state.
It was very nice. Yeah, very nice.
The weather sometimes gets wild, but now weather gets wild here in Cleveland, man. We had a tornado that broke everything down. We didn't have electricity. Some people are still out of electricity even after F1, which is actually not considered to be very strong. But some of the damage I saw, I didn't think it was the F1, man, because there were some trees that completely broke. The ground broke. I mean, that was crazy. Marie Perolette in the house also. I forgot to mention. Marie, welcome. Appreciate you stopping by. See, Kristen is saying, Dan, have a Sunday night shout out every Sunday. Would you be interested in co-hosting and telling us about yourself tomorrow? See, on Whatnot, most likely. So if you're interested, let Kristen know.
I do. I have a show tomorrow, and then I got invited to this other Jen's Multiverse. You know Jen, right?
Jen, I know. Of course. Jen done a great job on Whatnot. Yeah.
Yeah, she's doing something, and it's some kind of bracket challenge or something that I got invited to, and we're doing I have to do some meeting tomorrow with doing that with her. So I can't tomorrow. It's on whatnot. I can't tomorrow. But I'll look you up, make sure I'm following. I mean, if you came to my show, I'm assuming I might be following you. I'll have to check.
Yeah, well, if you have time available, Kristen is very nice,
Okay.
and she's done great job and selling and whatnot for a while. Kristen, I actually said on one of the Shane's Soda City Flips lives that she's very
Okay.
hardworking woman. I mean, you can tell that she's been consistent so much already on whatnot and
Yeah,
start working on it. It's actually, very
that's
respectful.
tough over there. You
John
got
is saying he hit the like button during the live and got to that's normal.
Everybody hit the like button, pretty please. So I don't have to wait.
Richard, can you explain?
Really,
Richard,
really, Roman.
let's talk about it privately, man. Let's not bring out that stuff, please, Richard. I know, man. I know we get emotional, man, sometimes, but not in the live, please, man. I know I really appreciate you, man, and you're a great guy. It's just personal matter, man. Back in my day when I dealt blackjack, they would blow smoke in my face. See, there you go, Archie. Was that? Dan is the best whatever I've ever heard. See, Kristen giving you shout out. Mel Flip, Mel, welcome. Stopping by to say hi. Mel, appreciate you stopping by. Please be kind and revive for Dan. um, but actually, Wolfman's going to say, bye everyone, it's full moon, so I have to be next to mom. Yeah, that's actually true, man, absolutely. So Dan, what do you have coming up in terms of podcast on your leftovers, reseller leftovers pod? What are you guys, are you planning, who is your next guest will be?
I don't know who our next guest was. We ended up having spontaneously, we had Kevin come on, and then the following week, Jimmy had house guests. So then we had guests, and then we did the 127, and Mike was there. So then we wanted Mike to come on, but I honestly don't know. When we went down to 127, when we got done, we're like, we did not talk anything about the podcast, like face to face. So I don't know who our next guest is going to be. I know we didn't do, it wasn't intentional to do 3 back to back to back or like that. We're just trying to be strategic and have them throughout, have them once in a while. But there's a couple people that we've had in mind to ask, but I'm always scared to ask people to come on and do my stuff.
Yeah, but
So
who is actually doing editing for your podcast?
we do not edit anything. Once in a while, I think we edited. I edited something the very first one, and then I quickly found out that so we record on StreamYard. It is a son of a gun to try to edit the audio part. It was a mess. So, like I told you before, we just have time to record and then upload. Like it's all we don't edit anything. It's just
Wow, that's actually interesting. Yeah, so you guys just record and that's it and post it.
posted. Yeah,
That's brave.
That's
basically cool. It's in my head before we were gonna film, record video, like record stuff, and then maybe a week or two ahead, and I wanted to do that editing part and have some fun with doing edits and stuff, and thinking I was gonna have time. And it's the same thing. You don't have time. That's what I'm saying. You don't have time. So like we already committed to doing it. So our commitment was to be there to record, and then put it out. Like it's about all we have time for.
interesting. So on your whatnot shows, then do you plan to have some kind of specific category only to sell in the future, or you want to do toys and do clothing and do what you're doing right now, or you want to change it up later on?
I was just talking to Jen about that. Jen's been, because Jen mostly, I think she only sells on Whatnot now. But I know Jen was the one that got me to do Whatnot, because I kept on asking her so many questions. Jen's multiverse, and I was just telling her the other day. I think one of my biggest problems is that I do the garage sale categories, and then like I just don't. I'm not consistent, and I don't have enough people that come that specific day that they're going to want the specific items I have. So I think I did some toy shows, but toys are new to me. So I don't think I did a very good job on that. So yeah, I might might pick something I like to like. It's tough. I really enjoy selling like the movie. Some of my favorite shows have been when I've sold like Blu-rays, which isn't like doesn't make you. I'm not like not that it sounds like a jerk, I guess to say. Doesn't not going to make you a ton of money, but if you have a bulk, it's the bulk volume selling that like that part again. Like yeah, I think I'm going to switch to like, just specific categories or something. I think
Yeah,
I don't know. I
eventually.
change my mind all the time. I change my mind every day. I hate
Yeah.
it one day. I like it, and the next day, I mean, like, yeah, I don't really know. I guess
Do you
all
try?
I can tell you.
Do you try to source every week, or you trying like you're not doing it like every week?
I mostly I source once or twice a week, but I didn't source. I don't think this last week. So I came back from 127, and that following weekend, the Goodwill had a 50% off sale, so I sourced, and then that's what I've been this whole week I didn't source because I had so much stuff. Like I'm more of I buy stuff to source, and then I get almost all. Like I always say I don't have my death pile is stuff that I shouldn't have bought that I do my best now to just if I shouldn't have bought it or there's something wrong with it, I just get rid of it and I don't mess with it anymore. And it might be something that if I find a pair of like pants or a shirt, if I find a stain on it, I have a pile, and then eventually I'll work a day. I'll try to get the stain out or something before I just give up on it. But for the most part, I buy it, I list it, and then I go back out and find stuff.
That's actually yeah, same thing. I mean, and Kristen, I will give you a wrench, a hammer, and nails. Just a second, Kristen. I know,
Screwdriver. Come on.
and a screwdriver and everything you wish. I'll give it to you. I will give it to you right now, Kristen. Hold on one second,
Mm-hmm.
because you know Kristen has been an amazing supporter, and I feel like it is my responsibility, guys, to give Kristen a hammer. So, Kristen, congratulations. You got a hammer now. By the way, Joe is a big
You
Philadelphia Eagles fan. Joe thinks that Eagles may actually go to the playoffs this year.
Yeah.
Kind of questionable. Sorry, Joe.
Yeah.
Joe is now going to pick on the Cleveland Browns. He will say, your Browns suck, man. They cannot even get through the playoffs through the first round. But actually, we'll see this year, guys. We'll see. Maybe Cleveland Browns will go far in playoffs. Who knows? Maybe win a Super Bowl. And by the way, thanks, guys. I know Woody has left probably. Woody, thanks for showing up today. I appreciate you. John flipping in easy has left also. And then, by the way, Kristen is saying that how far are you from Indy?
Like 3.5 hours. 3.5. It's 3.5 hours, I believe. Like 190 miles.
Is it from Indianapolis or is it?
Like Indy, yeah, Indy's Indianapolis, yeah.
Okay. So
I'm all the way up towards Chicago. Like I'm in.
so you're closer to Chicago, actually, yeah, which is correct because you're close to Gary.
I'm like, yeah, I can get to Chicago in like an hour. Like,
Yeah, so
I can get
you're
to like south side of Chicago in probably 35, 40 minutes.
yeah. So Kristen will come and visit you, man. She will stop by and at the beans and hang out with you. But guys, once again, we really appreciate you. And Keith is saying, no May about it, Roman. We will be in the playoffs. Because Keith is a big Philadelphia Eagles fan. We'll see. We'll see. Your division, man, is kind of very weak. Cowboys, as usual, will lose.
not sports, not sports.
Now it's gonna bring Mike Despal Picker out because I guess he's a Cowboys fan. But I know that Cleveland Browns are in a similar type of way, are similar to Dallas Cowboys. Even though Cowboys have won Super Bowls and Browns have not in a long time, so I cannot do this kind of thing and kind of bash them and stuff like that. But anyway, let's see if I missed anyone. Archie, man, thanks for saying so many things today, man. See, yeah, Roman and I have a strange and wonderful relationship. Actually, Archie, I posted your, gave you shout out also in the last video from your Reseller Locker Room podcast. And that was actually the picture I chose for the shout out. Archie will understand. And Richard is asking, why does nobody talk about helping out other resellers? Yeah, why are we not helping out other resellers then? Why not? What is going on with our world?
No.
You see, then we have to blame ourselves now. Now we have to speak normally again about it. But anyway, Richard, man, please reach out on Instagram. We'll talk about the issue, man. I know all about it, man. And you know what I told you on Instagram also. So that's the thing about it right now. I know how you feel, man. I know what it is. So we're not going to go deep into it, guys. But once again, guys, we really appreciate you. Dan has to go, man. Dan, did you enjoy being on this Unprofessional? Would you recommend other people from community to be guests on
Yeah, I
our
had a
live?
blast. I had a blast. It was fun.
Did you have fun? Was it a little bit professional this time at least?
Very
Like
professional.
like 1%
Not
at
supposed
least.
to
I
be.
mean, was it? Tell me the truth, then. Was it more professional at the 127 at the Airbnb, or was it more professional on our live?
I think this was probably more professional. I think it wasn't crazy. It wasn't crazy. It wasn't like it wasn't. It was calm. I mean, I also went to bed probably first every day. I think I went to bed pretty early.
Yeah, see, there you go. Kids doesn't like cowgirls. So yeah, that's a big. I know. Then you like sports, man. I know because I love sports also. And you're, one of these days, man. If you come to Ohio, man, we'll hook up and go together to the beans. And you should not always. I tell all the people, do not depreciate yourself. Be yourself
All
in
right, I'll try.
everything. Be yourself in everything like you are. I'm weird. I know it, but I don't.
I'm
I mean, I'm
self-deprecating.
like I don't.
You're
I
weird. I'm
don't care about it.
self-deprecating.
Appreciating, self-depreciating.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the way I am. I always say it, and more content that will come out soon, hopefully, on my adventures channel now is gonna be something that I enjoy. Like when I was kind of on a picker type of mode with a picker name in the channel. I don't know, it was not kind of something that I enjoyed much. Even
Yeah.
though we'll see if I will make a lot of videos on upcoming weeks, which may probably happen. You never know with how my brain is. So hopefully it will be. But then, man, you need to release more content, man. I believe in you. You
All right.
got so much. You got so much energy. You're a great guy. You're give everyone shout outs. You speak very nice about everyone. You're one of the most positive people
Hey, you guys are so nice.
I've
Come
met.
on here more often. Jeez.
Yeah, man, you're very positive guy.
2
And
hours
once
of just
again, guys,
Everybody adores you, Dan. You're
I
fun.
appreciate it.
You're bright.
you need
You
to,
make
man.
us laugh.
Dan, I have an idea. You should change your channel now to Everybody Loves Dan.
Oh, that's a good one. I
There
like
you
that.
go.
Instead of Dan and High
I like.
Demand.
Oh man, I wish I would have thought of that. That's good. Same
See,
thing.
everybody loves Dan, guys. So Dan is changing his channel name again.
Maybe I'll make a second channel.
Yeah. All right, guys, we gotta go, and Dan has to go, and take go. Probably you're probably gonna go home, right? Or you're gonna stay.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my dog. I'm gonna take my dog outside. I don't know.
How
if
many?
my-
By the way, I forgot to ask. How many dogs you have?
Just the one.
Just one dog. That's great.
Dodger the dog.
Yeah, that's cool. Actually, I saw dog, and also you reminded me to actually when you guys did live with Jake and Jen. That was fun times. I hope maybe you will guys eventually. Right now, most likely not because you're doing podcast and you're doing all types of stuff. But it was fun live. I mean, it was very interesting. It was fun. You guys had good chemistry together. It was a good time, especially Saturday nights. So if you consider it, bring it back eventually. Jake now is also ready, I think, to do that. Hopefully,
Yeah.
But, it was great. Anyway, guys, we really appreciate you for stopping by today, everyone. And it was great once again to see everyone in the chat. And
Thank
I love
you. Yeah.
all of you guys. Hopefully, I'll get to some kind of normalcy with our lives that we'll be doing it. I don't have any guests right now that we planned since I was not sure exactly what's gonna keep happening with me. So hopefully, I mean, I'll reach out to some people and
find
hopefully we'll get some guests on. And we really appreciate you guys very much. Great love from all of you guys. Hopefully, you guys having blessed weekend. Be prosperous with everything. Good luck with everything, guys, in your any type of businesses you're running or any type of platforms you're selling on. I wish you all to have great sales, and with fourth quarter coming up, great fourth quarter. And we'll see you guys soon. And then, man, we really appreciate you. You're gonna be in very, very high demand after this live. You're gonna get
Thank you so
If
much.
you weren't before now, you will be.
All right.
By the way, I forgot to mention Shagan is in the house. Shagan, brother, thanks for stopping by. I forgot to mention Shagan. Thanks for stopping by, brother. We appreciate you. And have a great rest of your weekend, guys. Dan, good luck tomorrow on your Whatnot show, man. Hopefully, you guys, I put the link once again for Dan's Whatnot, guys, so you can actually please give him support on Whatnot, because Dan is very entertaining on Whatnot. I
Tomorrow I'm
don't
gonna sit in
know.
the chair, so because it's gonna be hot. I'm gonna sit in the chair probably and try not to move because I'm
Get
gonna
a
be sweating all
fan.
the time. Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry, man. I haven't been at your Whatnot. I did buy from you on Whatnot before, a couple times. I think maybe. I think one time for sure I bought something from you. I bought cars for sure, like diecast. So I remember that. And yeah, guys. So please visit Dan on Whatnot. And once again, I'll put the link for his channel and also for Reseller Leftovers. And good luck with your Leftovers podcast, guys. Hopefully, you're gonna surpass everyone. You know, it's gonna be one of the upcoming podcasts, because there are so many right now that it's hard to catch up to anything. So I wish you guys all the best with your podcast and your channel and stuff like that. And guys, hopefully we'll see you in a couple of weeks on this live, and have a great rest of your weekend. Good night, everyone. Enjoy, and we'll see you soon, guys.
Bye.
You all come back now. You hear? 2 weeks. Be profitable, gang.